Ooh, and we're live. Nice. Let's get this music started. There we go. Can barely hear this shit sometimes. It's quiet. Hello, everyone. How are we? Yes, Kengan tomorrow. Very exciting. As usual, let me know if there are any audio issues. Robux currency. Interesting idea, Koji. So how are we all on this fine Tuesday afternoon? I'm doing quite well since I've finished the last of my major exams, so I've pretty much mentally checked out for the year. There's still like 2 weeks left, but I'm not fucking doing shit. I am not doing shit of importance for the next 2 weeks, so I am doing studly right now. No audio issues, you can hear me very well, excellent. Does Hatsumi only send the Discord mod emoji or something? I don't get what this dude's deal is. Hello, Nadsat. So, let's see. Do I have any conversation topics for you guys? You're vibing with a mug of chalky milk, nice. I got a question for you guys. When you were in school, if you're in school, how were grades viewed by your parents? Were your parents the type of people that were like, oh, as long as you're passing, whatever, I don't care? Or are they the type where if you're not getting like at least an 85 or a 90, then you're failing? How were grades handled in your house, or are? I'm curious, because for me, I was generally held to a pretty high standard. Like, if you're getting anything below a B, there are some fucking problems. Of course, because of that, now I generally only get good grades. Did I finish Hunter x Hunter? I finished the anime. I haven't read the manga yet. I already know about Hisoka versus Chrollo. I watched MISD's video. But I have not read the manga yet, but I finished the anime. Which I think Togashi had said is the end of Hunter x Hunter, but then he just kind of kept going on after it, so I don't know. Alright, we've started getting some responses. Koji says, as long as you pass, I don't care, and still got straight A's. Excellent. Good job. You lucked out. And Neve says, I got lucky with how my parents view grades. How did they view it? As in, like, as long as you're passing, I don't give a shit? Aspenlog said, I got chewed out for a C or lower. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was for me. I remember one time I got, like a 79 on a math quiz, and my dad was like, what the fuck? Not what the fuck. I was in, like, 3rd or 4th grade. But, like, what are you doing? There are some problems here. 79? Sheesh, you gotta work on it. Whereas I know for other people, it's like, holy shit, you got a 79? Amazing. I've reached the point where most of the time if I get a 79 on something, I don't give a fuck. But as long as my final grade, like the final quarter grade is good, I don't give a shit. Band Marsh says, yo, band. Band, how did your parents treat grades? Was it always you had to have a B or higher or you're a failure? Or was it I don't give a shit as long as you're passing? Nadsat says, oh, they were all about expectations due to my brother. Older brother smarter than you? Or perceived as smarter than you? As long as I pass, I'm okay. Yeah, what the fuck? 97? 97 what, Euler? Like... step up? Oh. I know, I'm such a failure for not getting a perfect score. Nah, you know what's really great is when you have the really easy classes and then your teacher offers extra credit, so you finish the quarter with like 102% or something. I've done that a few times for classes I've had where it's basically do the work and you'll get 100. So those usually make you feel pretty good. Sir Tusk says, my parents were just happy I didn't drop out and graduated high school. Ah, I see, so that's how it was. Maury Don says, I'm just an average student. Alright. Are we going average, like C average? Banmarsh says 80 or higher. Alright, so pretty much what I had. Kanye says, Hunter x Hunter needs a Bleach-like comeback. Well, like, here's the deal. Is that the anime finished the main story, pretty much. As far as I understand, and everything that happens afterwards in the manga is Togashi being like, well, there's other stuff I'd like to tell, like, a story about, so I guess we'll do that. The issue is, that story's not finished, so if you're gonna bring the anime back, you're gonna be animating an incomplete story, so either you finish that with an incomplete story, or you do anime original content, and that almost never goes well. Griever says high 80s and up were acceptable. Yeah, I think there was a time where my parents wanted that, but after a while they were just like, whatever, 80 and up, you're good. Nadsat said, I mean, he studied medicine so low. Oh, okay. Oh, I see how it is. I get it. Koji said, if I was a father, as long as my child passed, it's all Gucci, but if she needs help or an extra mile, I'll do so. Yeah, I feel like that's generally the best way to go about it. Nadsat said, do you have any brothers or sisters? Yes, I do have the sister. We don't get along very well. Sunny DeGrom said, I'm probably 65 to 79 on grades. Okay, so yeah, that's about average. Alright, the chat seems to have slowed down a little. Wow, and we're only 7 minutes in. Nice. Hopefully this will be a nice, relaxing stream. So I'll enter the stream VC now. There we go. Let's check the Discord channels. Anything going? What the fuck is this? I need to fucking ban Holly from the food channel. What the fuck is this shit? Flaming hot milk with Oreos? Please tell me you did not make this and that you just found it on the internet. What the Christ? Band says, remember when we thought JJK would have an anime original, characters before even a trailer dropped? That shit was so stressful. Oh, were people worried about that? Clover says, hey bestie, hello, welcome. Band says band. Kanye says, what I mean by a Bleach-like comeback is like how the Bleach anime came back, the Hunter x Hunter manga should come back. Oh yeah, I don't know. Depends on if Togashi wants to come back. Like, I can't imagine taking a 2-year break from something and being able to go back to it. I can't imagine doing that, so I don't know how he would do that. Like, I'm lucky if I go back to something after, like, a month of not doing it. and I have, like, the same passion for it. Clover says, you're also banned? Me, or is Bandmarsh also banned? Koji says, what did I lost? I just heard flaming hot something with Oreos. No. Did I say Koji? I said Holly. Like, what the fuck is this? This is an abomination against God. What the fuck? Now, this is some sacrilegious shit. I'm not a religious guy, but if you do this, you're probably going to hell. Moridan said the highest I ever got was around an 85. Really? Like for a quarter grade or on assignments? Because sometimes you get like an easy assignment. You mean like on a test? Senator Graham said, seen mozzarella custards, how strong is Liu Tian? If you did, what was your reaction to how many fights Liu Tian wins and loses? I think I've watched like half of it. I think I got to the Yumi fight part of it. I don't remember why I stopped. This happens a lot where I watch a video and then I'll like stop halfway through to go watch something else. But it's really good. I really like his style of content. I like him a lot. I hope things go well for him. And so far the video is pretty good. I didn't think of Liu Tian losing to Toa, but I guess it makes sense when he put it in that context. Omar says pre-Toji Gojo versus Aoi Todo and Yuji. Gojo would probably still win, because a lot of Toji being able to do that much damage was because of the inverted Spear of Heaven, and that he was tired out. So if you had like a straight up fight between Todo, Yuji, and Teenage Gojo, Gojo would win that, I think, fairly safely. Nod said, I mean, the next arc of Hunter x Hunter is quite interesting, but it leaves you with too many questions. Yes, I have been told that it's like a kind of Game of Thrones-y-esque political thing. I understand there's like royal families and stuff. It sounds interesting. I'm probably going to finish... What I'm probably going to do is, since there's only, like 80 chapters left in Hunter x Hunter, from where, is it from where the chairman election arc ends? How many chapters are left after that arc ends? I'm probably going to finish Toriko, and then do Tokyo Ghoul Re, and then I will finish Hunter x Hunter for real, and then I'll probably read One Piece after that. I keep saying like, oh, I'll finish all of this shorter stuff first to get to it, but then I keep stacking up so many of them that I never get around to it. Where was I? Aspen said, do you think they'll actually hire a narrator for Season 2 of JJK? I don't really think so. I think Gege said they didn't want a narrator for the anime, which is weird with all the narration that they've had in the manga. Or at least that they did in the manga. Now that I think about it, I don't think we really have as much traumatic narration. Well, no, we kind of did towards the end of Shibuya. But we haven't really had any since then. So I don't know. If it's something that Gege doesn't want is like a creative decision thing, they're probably not going to get one. The real Medell said, Ito Rogu, seen his videos? No, I haven't. Ban says, doesn't Togashi still get cash from the merch and mobile games? Probably. I mean, it's his creative property. Koji says, welcome to the Misc family, where we have cursed memes 24/7. Oh, this isn't even memeing at this point. You guys just need help. I mean, this is what the fuck. Griever says, my first food and cooking rating, and it's a negative number. So sad. That is so sad. Chris Redfield says, yo, what's up? What's up, Chris? Not much. I'm just here enjoying my Tuesday afternoon after legally being allowed to mentally check out for the rest of this school year. Koji says, Misc, remember the last bot asking you to power scale? No, that was Ban's alt account that he joined to watch the server while he was pranking us. Skin says, when you hit 10k, we need a Misc Kengan fighter body transformation. I see. So I have to become a Herculean superhuman to celebrate 10k. Is that how that works? Well, then you guys better start subscribing at a much higher rate, because the way we're going now, we're not going to hit 10k for a while. Koji says about how he doesn't agree with random power. Yeah, that was banned. Neve says, you're lucky Neo isn't here since you mentioned One Piece. Oh god, yeah. Nad says, I don't know if you gave your opinion about the narrator in Hunter x Hunter. I mentioned it in my Chimeran video, but I really liked the narrator. I know a lot of people have issues with it, but he has his moments where it's just really, really good. I kill for a good narrator, let me tell you. Ban says it might just be the characters themselves talking. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what they did for the anime, so they're probably just going to keep doing that. Omar asks, do you think Dagon, Jogo, Full Power Mahito, Hanami, and Chozo working together could beat Teenage Gojo? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. If it was pre-Toji, I think they could beat him. Sunny Underground says, Ito Rogu is doing Kengan and Ragnarok videos, and he has a cool voice. Well, then I'll have to check him out. Koji says, Gege, YouTube striking your JJK review and Lost in Paradise getting deleted on every social media and music app. No, okay, so Gege didn't strike the video. Okay, guys, so for those of you who don't know, my Chapter 148 review got copyright striked, so I had to change it and re-upload it. So now we have one strike on the channel. It's been a while. I think the last one I had expired in December. It was not striked by Gege, it was striked by Shueisha, because Shueisha is the publisher or whatever, so they handle all the copyright shit. And they're generally a menace on YouTube when it comes to this kind of stuff. And Lost in Paradise can still be found. It can still be found on social media. You can find a version of it with like 7 million views on YouTube. It's just the official release isn't up anymore, but you can still find the full thing. It's not gone. You can still go and listen to it. The one man asked, do you think Toji's wife will be revealed? Probably at some point. I don't think she's gonna be super important. I mean, it is Megami's mom, but I don't think that'll ever be super important at some point. Ban says, isn't his wife the Sailor Moon artist? Yes, I do believe that Togashi's wife is the Sailor Moon mangaka. I think I remember seeing a picture of her workspace in comparison to Togashi's, and it was quite the contrast. Maury Don asked, do you think Jesus will have a big role in ROR? No, I think it looks like he's just gonna be an audience member. Koji said, Misc, did you check the VC text channel? I thought I looked in it. Yeah, you sent a meme. You sent a meme about the Plandemic and Among Us. Good job. What do we have here? Is this Griever making duck or chicken? Thank you for cleansing the channel, Griever. Let's get back to the stream chat. Yeah, Jesus is one of the four sages, but the punky one is Buddha, so I guess it will be about enlightenment, not fights. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be super important. Neve says the Chozo fight's going to be odd without the narrator, since the narrator has that whole moment of between, what was it? Thrombosis. Yeah, between developing thrombosis and Itadori, Chozo determined that Yuji was the bigger threat. Yeah. I kind of do wish that they had a narrator, because there is some lines that they don't include then that hit kind of hard. Like the lines when Yuji and Nobara both did Black Flash, they don't have that. So, like, the moment's still cool. So they did it kind of differently, where it happens much faster, but I like the build up to it in the manga with the narrator. Euler asked, how long does a strike last? 90 days. So this is gonna last till about mid-August. So we better not get any other fucking infractions if you guys want to keep having these streams. God knows I do. Maury said, imagine Jesus versus Odin as a final fight. Why? Skin says, Denji and Power and Aki versus Yuji, Nobara, and Megumi. Are we talking, you know, like full Chainsaw Man Denji? If so, I think the JJK crew would win. Mostly because of Megami. Koji said, just wait for it to happen, you'll thank me for downloading the whole music. Yeah, whatever. Koji, it was one of the most popular anime endings of at least the last year, if not more. Is every time it gets taken down, someone's gonna fucking re-upload it, okay? Ban says a strike lasts 20 years, yeah. Nadset said, are you planning on reading any other manga outside shonen? Is Tokyo Ghoul shonen? I don't know, because there are shonen anime, there's shonen manga that are really fucked up. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure Tokyo Ghoul is seinen. So, Skin said, I'm gonna need Maki to stop getting clapped and Mai to stop being useless and clean up Ogi so we can get to Hakari. Have faith. Have faith. Trust the plan. Griever says it was pork roast from last night, roasted garlic and red pepper. Ooh, sounds nice. Nadsat said, like Dora Hetero or something. I've actually read. I read through and then watched a bit of the first season. Like, I finished up through the first season in the story back in, like, November. And for some reason, I haven't gone back to finish it. I don't know why, because I quite liked it. I don't know. I just haven't found the motivation to do it. I keep getting distracted by other stuff. Omar said, do you think reverse curse technique could offset the whole losing blood... part of blood manipulation for Kamo Noritoshi? I do wonder. I wonder if it could. If reverse curse technique could regenerate blood, then in theory you could offset the blood loss that comes from blood manipulation, but then you'd be worrying about running out of cursed energy, so... Sartusk says Tokyo Ghoul is not? Nice. Okay, so I am reading something other than shonen. Excellent. Well, and Record of Ragnarok's not shonen. Is that it? Yeah, I think. Band says Oshi no Ko has been a good read so far. Let's look that one up. Oshi no Ko. Is that some new... Is that some... Oh, it's a weekly Young Jump series. It's an idol thing. Neat. Moridan says, if you watch Code Geass, if not, you should. It's really good. I haven't watched it. I have heard that. Skin said, did you think JJK deserved to win Anime of the Year so soon? I mean, it came out last year, so... If it came out during the year where Anime of the Year was viable, I would say, yeah, it deserved it. Thunder DeGrom asked, have you seen the MMA fighter break down Kengan Ashura? Yeah, I've watched the Kano Agito one. Pretty good. Alright, let's see. Can I think of another question? Aspen says, any idea on the reverse version of techniques? I don't think that's not like a thing. That's not what reverse curse technique is. Reverse curse technique is reverse curse technique, not reversed curse technique. You're basically reversing the polarity of cursed energy. You're multiplying a negative by a negative to get a positive and use it to heal yourself. The thing Gojo does is different. I think curse technique inversion would be more accurate because he's like inverting the polarity or whatever of the infinity to... Is the inversion red? Yeah, so instead of bringing things together like blue, he would be pushing them apart. Skin asked, Nicholas versus Yuji. Are you fucking kidding me? Yuji would win. Yuji would win that shit. Come on. Now you're asking for versus battles between series with completely different power levels. One of them is a magic fighting series, and one is a martial arts series with bullshit in it. It's totally different stuff. What do you guys have? Suggest some questions for me to ask. Suggest some things. Omar Kane asks, what curse technique do you think would benefit the most from learning reverse curse technique? That's a good question. Probably cursed speech, because it actively damages your body when you use it. Moridan asks, do you think JJK Anime will cover Shibuya Arc next season? Yeah, I mean, what else is it gonna cover? Like, just hidden inventory? How short of a season are they going to do then? Van says, hey, when are you going to do that JJK Databook video, you goof? Good question. Eventually? I don't know. I need to do another one of those long-lasting videos sometime soon. You know, the ones that have longevity beyond like a day and a half, like reviews do. So maybe that'll be the next big Jujutsu video. Senator Grom said, how old is Kano? I don't think anyone actually knows. I don't think anyone knows how old he is. He seems to be in, like, maybe his 30s or 40s. Koji asked, Miss, what's your least favorite moment in JJK? Let's see. What is my least favorite moment, actually? Damn, that's a tough one. That shit with Mei Mei in the hotel room. That shit with Mei Mei and Yu Yu. Yuck. Joel asked, is there a significant difference in power when Gojo takes off his blindfold? Nah, he just does that when he's getting serious or whatever. And presumably so he can see better with the 6 eyes. Like the one you had most. Yeah, that would have been it. Griever said, curse and reverse is similar to positive and negative charges. Like in electricity such as DC power, you change the direction by leading with one or the other. Yeah. Exavo asks, could Toji handle Inumaki's cursed speech? Good question. I don't know how that would work. Because he can't really defend himself against it, but if he knew how it worked, I imagine he would, like, sneak up on him or something. Because a big thing for Toji is prep time, because as strong as he is, when it comes to certain powers, you really cannot just fight people up front without, like, preparation involved. Toji says he's in his late 30s. Yeah, late 30s, early 40s. Omar said, honestly, the Shibuya arc and its aftermath could cover an entire season. Yeah, it could, but I think they're going to do Hidden Inventory and then Shibuya right up until the end. Koji said Kano's in his late 30s and can still evolve, but might have a bigger beard than Spearman, maybe. Sir Tusk said, oh god, the Mei Mei thing. Oh. Aspen asked, do you think Geto could do binding vows on his curses like Mei does? Probably. Yeah. Skin said, imagine if Yuji is using his memory Yeah, the memory manipulation's not a thing. We got duped. We were tricked. We were bamboozled. Sun Eater Grom, Adam can copy the Formless style? Yeah, he can. I mean, he can copy any technique, and the Formless is apparently a technique you can learn. Davian 4 said Yuji doesn't got memory techniques, or memory manipulation. Giga confirmed it, yeah. Mori Donas, what are your hopes for the Record of Ragnarok anime? That it's not shit. That it's well animated. That is my only hope for the Record of Ragnarok anime, is that it's not terrible. That it's good, at least. Yeah. Sir Tusk asked, do you think Nobra's playing a prank on Yuji by faking her death to get back at him, or do you think she's really dead? I don't think she's playing a prank. I think she's just in, like, a fucking coma. Or she's pretending to be dead so that no one knows about it. And she won't be, like, no one will try to go after her or something. I don't know. Or she is dead. We don't know. It's not clear. If she is pranking Yuji, that's really fucked up. Like, I don't understand. I don't fucking understand the mindset of people that think that them doing a prank to call back to when Yuji was faking his death, even though he actually died, it's like a cutesy wholesome thing. You're a fucking psychopath if you think that's wholesome. Neve said, when it comes to cursed speech, I think the only defense is cursed energy, which explains Hanami tanking it, but that also means Toji would probably get ruined by it. Yeah. So he would not try to fight Inumaki 1v1. He would, like, sneak attack him. Omar said, what character in JJK do you think would benefit the most from having the lowered cursed energy usage from the 6 eyes or the 6 eyes in general? Mai? Because her issue with creation is cursed energy, so if she uses, like, no cursed energy when she does something, she can just kind of keep using creation. Alternatively, Yuta. Though Yuta doesn't really worry about running out anyway, because he just has so fucking much. Skin said, if Toji can tank red, and Gito can easily get back up after getting hit by Inumaki's speech, point blank, then Inumaki's speech isn't doing shit to Toji. Maybe. Didn't Toji kind of block it a little bit with the inverted spear of heaven? Do you think, Davion asks, do you think Brain is going to use Mahito to make Yuji learn Dismantle? No, because you can't use Idle Transfiguration on Yuji because of Sukuna, unless you mean just bringing him out to like fight Yuji and make him learn it. Skin says Reze versus Nobara. Have you seen the shit that Reze can do? Nobara's not beating that. Surtusk says, oh, I don't like it either because you could see Nobara's death really hurt Yuji. I just hope she's alive. Yeah, I get it. We're taking the big copium pill. Aspen says Toji has godly ears and senses, so it would probably destroy him. I'd never considered that, how good someone's senses are affecting how cursed energy would impact them. I don't know. Well, like, I imagine cursed energy would still affect a deaf person, because it's a matter of it traveling into the brain, right? That asked, what if Hikari's a necromancer like the old lady? I don't know if that would make him stronger than Yuta under various circumstances. I think him having a gambling thing like crazy slots is much more likely. Nadsa said, any idea for a curse technique that you'd like to see? Let's see, a curse technique that I would like to see. I would like to see some kind of technique for controlling people. That would be interesting. I don't think we've seen anything like that yet, have we? Like a brainwashing technique? Omar said, considering Kama no Hitoshi knew about cursed speech, Toji should also know about it since he was still somewhat a part of the Zenin clans. Yeah, so he would know about it, and he would probably know how to go about fighting someone with cursed speech, considering his own lack of cursed energy. Senator Grom said, I got into Kengan from the anime when I was searching for something to watch on Netflix, saw it, then I read the manga and Kengan videos on YouTube. Now I'm a fan of the series and martial arts anime. Nice. I think I found out about Kengan when Amias D did an MMV of the Kano versus Kuroki fight, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Davion said, I meant with the weird curse mark he implanted one of the multiple Yujis. I don't know if that's mind control or if that's just him marking them, like for idle transfiguration. Exavo said, will Nobara ever catch up with end of series Megumi and Yuji, and how? I don't think so. I don't think her technique is powerful enough, and I don't think Nobara is a prodigy like Yuji and Megumi are. Like, she's just a normal sorcerer for the most part. Like, yeah, she's had Black Flash, but I don't think she'll be able to reach the same heights that those two will be able to. Skin said, y'all are tripping, Toji would easily destroy the second years. Yeah, probably. Well, except for Yuta. Kanye says, Maki versus Nobara. Didn't I answer this last stream? It's Maki. Skin says, by the end of the series, Yuji will die, then we'll get a time skip in the future of Old Man Megumi will mentor Yuji's kid. No, I imagine the end of the series will be time skip Old Man Yuji dying. Alex says, yo, how are the exams? Pretty easy. I mean, the worst part for me about exams is just working under the time constraints, because a lot of the time you get kind of stressed out, but I think I've gotten pretty good at time management. The thing I hate the most is the way your fucking hand cramps up after you've been writing for like 2 hours straight. Omar said, honestly, the only way I can think of for Nobara to both survive and somewhat match Megumi and Yuji is learning reverse curse technique. Yeah, but I think even then, I don't think she'll get to the same level. Aspen said, I can imagine a scene where Hikari bets with a binding vow and his life on the line. Yeah, it depends on what kind of gambling he's doing. By the way, we've all just totally headcanoned that Hikari has some kind of gambling ability. It may be something completely different. But who knows? That says no, because Hikari could channel people from the Heian era, so that's why it's a gamble. Nah, I don't think so. Like, don't you summon specific people? I doubt he would. We're assuming that he does it the exact same way Granny Ogami does. And when you would do that, I would imagine you would want to summon specific people. So it's not that much of a gamble. I think it's definitely more something where he, like, fucking, I don't know, spins a wheel, rolls a dice, whatever it lands on determines what technique he uses, how powerful it is, whatever, or it's something with binding vows. Sir Tusk said, I think nice ending, if that's what Gege wants to go for, is Old Man Yuji dying with his loved ones around him. Yeah, that's what I think we're going for. It'd be the perfect callback and bookend to when Yuji's grandfather passed away in the start of the series. Alex says, my exams begin on June 7th, and I hate the way my hand dies too, Lamau. Yep, good luck with that. I hope you do well on them. Skin says, if you use Inspect Element on Chrome, you can bypass payments on Patreon. Don't let them know. Don't let them know that. By the way, guys, speaking of the Patreon, if you want to help support me and the channel directly, get shout-outs at the end of videos, and or get access to some solo leveling on Mission Reader content, you can always become a patron. There should be a link to my Patreon in the description. If not, I will add it, and then also link it in the chat. Yeah, we have one in here. So, I will link my Patreon right here, if any of you are interested. And of course, there's also the super chat option, so if you guys just want to do a one-time donation, give me a little tip, or whatever, you're welcome to do that as well, if you're feeling so generous. Omar says, I feel like it makes sense thematically if Megumi fights full power Sukuna, like when he fought Sukuna at the start of the series. Yeah, I could see that happening. That would make sense. Zavo asks, how will Megumi exercise Maharaga? I'm not sure. I imagine it would involve using all of his summons in some way. Alex says, wait, so if Hikari could be able to summon people, can he technically summon Suguna even though he's in Yuji? No, I don't think that's how it will work. Skin says, I like Nobara, but seriously, Megumi and Yuji are, besides Yuta, going to be the strongest characters by the end of the series. Yeah, they'll be up there. Suneater says, there's a character that was hyped across 2 chapters from Kengan Ashura. He was jobbed off screen, and he was known as a god of war. Which one? Davion Forrest said, I feel like Hikari will be a dumb Todo. Well, Todo's kind of, like, Todo is occasionally dumb. Like, he's the, he's a simple man, but he's not simple-minded. I think Hikari will be similar to Todo, but I don't think he's going to be dumb. Aspen says, if it's Gege, I can see Yuji dying alone for the irony. I don't know. I think Gege's usually pretty good at themes and messaging. So I feel like the idea of him, dying with people around him as the goal he set out from the start would be something that Gege would fulfill by the end of the story. Yeah, alright. Anyone want to jump in the stream VC? Like, I'm in here, if anyone's interested. I think Neo said he would join, like, an hour in. This sounds like Cope. Eren Yeager is not a slave. Sounds like Cope to me. Yeah, he's very free to not accomplish anything. What's going on around here?
Hey, it's me.
Who has joined? It's Det. Yes, I think.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Det? How are you?
Nothing, bro. When do the spoilers come out for Jujutsu Kaisen?
I think they come out like tomorrow night or something. Sometime
I need,
tomorrow.
I need to see.
Let's see. Omar says, maybe Megumi could beat Maharaga by fusing 9 of his Shikigami into one super Shikigami. Yeah, maybe. Like, you have him destroy all the other ones so he stacks them onto one other one. Sir Tusk asks, does anyone feel a major death flag for Chozo with the whole farewell scene he had with Yuji? Yeah, I think Chozo's probably the most likely character to die next.
Yeah, I have a theory about Chozo. Because Bara also killed his brothers. I think he might. I think he might try to get revenge on Nobara.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, because Nobara, he doesn't have any real reason other than her being Yuji's friend. Yeah, he doesn't have any reason to not kill Nobara other than the fact that she's Yuji's friend. Alex said, Gojo will obviously be freed and no one will surpass him. Man is literally fucking Kami of Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know who that is. Red Hood says, how would you feel if Tarashi also looked like Oma, like Gao does? Don't we have enough Oma lookalikes going around? I prefer he look like someone else, like Kano. Dat says Hikari's gonna be a psycho. Maybe. Yuri says, are you reading My Hero Academia? I saw you like something about the recent chapters on Twitter. I kind of keep up with what's going on in My Hero. Sunny Grom says, Takamoto Hisahayasu? The name doesn't even ring a bell. Skin says, I feel like Yuta has to die or be put out of commission because he's too OP to have around. Nah, nonsense. We're just going to have really strong villains now.
What? No, he's not like Gojo.
Yeah, he's not as broken as Gojo yet.
You can't kill every strong character in JJK.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. There will be strong people for a Yuta to fight so that we can balance everything out. Skin says Asta versus Yuji. At this rate, probably Asta. Neve says, I joined VC, but I'm currently scrambling to find art on Pixiv after accidentally removing the images from my bookmarks instead of a folder. Damn, felt that one. Commissar says, finally I can vibe here again without fucking studying. Yeah. It's a nice feeling, isn't it? I don't really have shit to worry about. Like, I have one teacher that for some reason is giving, like, a 10-page packet each day of class this week, and each one is due the same day. All to prepare us for an exam that I am exempting. Yeah.
Exempt from?
Yeah, we can exempt from some of our exams if our grades are good enough.
So do you even need to do it?
No. Well, the packet probably, yeah, because it's a graded assignment. Yeah, and I don't want to risk going below the required grade threshold, so, like, I'm going to turn that shit in. Even then, I don't really like not turning work in. I have a fucking complex about it. Alex says Kami means God. Oh, you could have just said God. You could have just said Gojo's God of the verse. Commissar Purity says too many Omas. Yeah, too many Omas running around.
I like Gao. Go.
Yeah, I like Gao as well. I think he may actually be more interesting than Oma, at least current Oma. He also says Oma's basically Saber at this point.
Yo, I have a theory that Oma's the worm member.
I've seen some people suggesting that Oma is not Oma.
Yeah, because, like, again, did he die to King so?
Tusk says if Gege pulls off the Culling Game arc like he did Shibuya, Jujutsu Kaisen goes into S tier for me. Oh boy, yeah. This, like, the fact that we've had this much setup going into it gives me a very good feeling.
But yeah, they're getting all those curse tools. They're getting Hikari that's been like
mentioned. Everyone's doing stuff now just to set up for the Culling Game.
I feel bad for everybody. that the area that Utah's entering because they're done.
Oh yeah, I think someone, it may have been Griever, suggested that when Utah goes into one of the colonies, like everyone else is gonna be dead, and there's just gonna be like one dude in there who killed everyone.
Wait, did you see that one samurai that was shown in the thing where they were like showing like calling game members? They were like the samurai looking dude.
Is this from leaks or what?
No, it was from a recent chapter.
Oh,
Like,
send that to me because I don't remember a samurai-looking dude.
It's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard to notice. Yeah, it'll.
Satyrus asks,
deep
how
into it.
much chapters for
Let me
the end of
check
JJK?
that.
I think will be like 300 chapters the entire series. I'm thinking something more along the lines of 250. Skin says, I have to see the rest of Megumi's 10 Shadow before I say, but Yuta will definitely be stronger than Gojo. Yeah, I think Yuta has more potential than anyone else to be stronger than Gojo. Omar says, honestly, I wonder what Gojo saw in Toto to talk of him like he had special grade potential. I guess maybe raw power on a special grade level. Maybe, and the fact that Toto is like a fucking genius. When it comes to fighting, Toto is an actual combat genius. Commissar Purity said, Yuta will fight 1,000-year-old sorcerers. We're good with that. Yeah, the Heian era sorcerers are going to be busted. Like, you had special grade people fucking dime a dozen back then. You're going to have plenty of guys for Yuta to fight. XD Scap, XD asks, do you feel that Yuji must die at the end of the story? Not necessarily, but I feel like it would probably be a good idea to do that, just so you don't throw away the whole, yeah, you know, your job is to eat all of Sukuna's fingers and then die. So unless they remove Sukuna from Yuji's body and exorcise him, then they're gonna have to go with that. Koji says, we have too many Atoms in Kengan. We have Cosmo, Adam, actual, like, name's actual Adam, Hajime, Weird Adam, Misasa, the Fang Adam, Labanner. Labanner does not look like Adam, and neither does Rahito. Calm down there, Koji. You're drawing connections where there are none. Sun Eater says, hoping Toku doesn't make a crazy face if he's... Ugh. Oh, please, God, no more crazy faces. Skin says, what do you guys mean misranked him as the third strongest in the series in the top tier list? Yuta is too OP to have around? Nah, yeah, but we're gonna meet more characters. We're gonna have more overpowered characters showing up as villains. So it's gonna be fine.
Bro, where did I find that chapter?
Commissar Purity says, hey, Vsauce here. Did you know Oma is Oma? Or is he? Sanair says, at least not a Lutien crazy face. Anything but a Lutien crazy face. Red Hood says, if Record of Ragnarok was mainstream, do you think it would have toxic fans? Listen, every mainstream thing has toxic fans. That's what happens when you have a big fan base that people are passionate about. They become fucking assholes when it comes to defending it. Aspen says, Endgame Yuta will be throwing around purples and dismantles. Maybe, depending on the limitations for his technique copying. Heroic says, Yuta won't be stronger than Gojo, but he can get extremely close. Maybe. Actually, I take that back. Moridon says, Dante versus Julius? I'm pretty sure, actually, some people, I've listened to some people's arguments, Julius can't even really kill Dante with time magic because of Dante's body magic. So, Alex says Kami sounds better. Yeah, I guess, but it just comes off as like you're trying to be fancy and other people won't get it. Also, do you think we'll get to see 20 Finger Sukuna fight Yuta or Gojo eventually? Definitely. Yuta is gonna fight Sukuna at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be 20 Finger Sukuna, but he's gonna fight him. And I definitely think Gojo is gonna fight 20 Finger Sukuna at some point when he gets out of the prison realm. Skin says Gojo saw that Toto looked at women's asses. That's why he saw special great potential in him. Yeah, you recognized the cultured power of an ass man.
Here it is.
Real Medell says, if you read the Reddit rewrite of Vegito versus Lutien, give your thoughts and see if that guy did a somewhat good job, better than what we got. Actually, let's take a look at that. Rewriting, is this from January? Rewriting Lutien versus Kano Agido? Or is it Agido? Whatever.
Yeah,
What's behind this spoiler?
I sent it in JJK Raws.
Okay, let's have a look at that. Are you sure this isn't a spoiler thing?
It was you know when Megumi brought up the culling for the first time?
Yeah, hold on, it's not loading right now. I don't know if my Discord's just being fucky.
No, it's still delivering.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it looks like a samurai to me. He has like his hair up and stuff, but, you know. But...
Oh, that dude, the dude who's like really small? Yeah, maybe. Okay, we'll catch up with the chat and then I'll check out this Lutien versus Kano Agido thing. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Damn, we even got a chapter by chapter breakdown. Holy fuck. Alright, we'll get to that. Commissar says Yuta and Megumi will be the strongest sorcerers by the end of it. Maybe. Skin says, I don't know, Yuta may be done if he gets caught in Malevolent Shrine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Neve said, I'm fully prepared to see JJK have a sad ending. Me too. Tusk asked, what's your current theory on why Sukuna is such a tsundere for Megumi? It's probably something to do with restoring his body. Like giving him a physical form again. Commissar says, honestly, I love the theme of don't die alone. Yuji has to die surrounded by the people he loves. Yeah, it's great. Omar says, honestly, if Kenjaku or someone that's an ally to him participates in the culling games, they'll have a huge advantage because they won't care about killing innocents and just kill people to make rules. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine there are going to be plenty of people like that. Not even necessarily Kenjaku's allies, just people who are fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Suneater says, what do you think is the worm's plan? Don't they want to make like a cyber brain or something? Kanye said, Record of Ragnarok already has toxic fans. Listen, literally everything on Earth has toxic fans. It's not even anything remarkable at this point. Davion 4 said, nah, Yuji's going to be the strongest. He's going to have Sukuna's technique. Maybe. Aspen says, if you were to redo the grading system for curses, what would you do? I would make Chozo the baseline for special grade. And then, like, the basic bitch curse wombs, those would be grade 1. Like, just kind of put everything up a step higher, and it'd be much more reasonable. GDOM79 asked, do you think Toji could beat Mahito? I could see him beating him, yeah. Scap said, since you've started reading Solo Leveling, do you think it's overrated? Started? I'm caught up with Solo Leveling. I've been caught up with Solo Leveling for like over a year now. When people say it's like the best thing ever, it's overrated. But when people just say it's very hype and entertaining and has great art, then no, it's not overrated. Salvo said, best guess on Yuki's curse technique and why she's special grade? I have no fucking idea. Maybe it has something to do with manipulating other people's cursed energy. Neve says, I wonder if Yuta will be able to copy Hana Karusu's technique, or if the whole technique disabling thing will prevent that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is you don't even need Hana to be on your side, you could just copy her technique. Alex said, wait, do Todo and Gojo have the same type of woman? Like the same type of girl? I don't know, actually. I don't think Gojo has the same type. Commissar says, Nobara is presumably dead. Maki is taking L's. Yeah, Maki, listen, Maki takes some L's here and there, have a big W in the end. Sken says, someone in JJK must have a bandit secret-like ability. Isn't that basically what Yuta has? Like, just copying other people's powers. Maybe you'll have something else where you can actually steal techniques. Though I've heard that's allegedly what Sukuna's thing is, where, like, he eats you and he takes your technique. Thomas just says, if Yuki isn't whooping ass when we see her, I'll be fuming. Me too. Well, I imagine we'll see her, like, sitting around first, and then she's gonna whoop ass. Euler says, to Neve, I think that is the plan because it will be really hard to get her on their side. Yeah. Davion says, Yuki can summon bug curses, most likely. Well, it seems like she has, like, this worm Shikigami thing. I think that's a Shikigami she has going on. So we'll see what that thing's power is. Skin says, I don't know because Toji has no technique for Maharaga to become immune to, but at the same time, while I do think if Toji stabbed Maharaga with the inverted Spear of Heaven, he will cancel his ability, but he may not kill him. Yeah, maybe. Davian says the grading system is there to reduce casualties. I guess. Well, when you put it that way, I guess it kind of makes sense. But for like a power scaling, like hype perspective, it's misleading. Commissar says Yuki's only shown attack slashed Ura Yume's ice, which gives me this idea that if Yuki is somehow related to Sukuna, people can have other slashing attacks. Mori says Buddha mid-diff Zerafuku. Yeah, I think that's where it's going. Kanye says, what is Sukuna's type? What is Maki's type? We know Maki's type is anyone stronger than her at least. We don't know what Sukuna's type is. Seems to just be women. Red Hood said, would you rather eat one Sukuna finger or have an uncontrollable removal? Well, if I have uncontrollable removal, can I just not use it? If I eat one of Sukuna's fingers, I may die. There's like only a 1% chance that I don't fucking die. Not even 1%, 1 in a million chance that I don't die. So I would rather just get the removal and not use it. Skin says, I like how no one's talking about how Yuki legit pulled up and watched Geto leave with the prison. Yeah, that is basically what she did. She just shut up and she was like, hey guys, what's up? Okay, bye. Alex says, if Maki kills her dad, I will literally be so happy. That dude has no problem with killing his daughters for power. You know it. What a shithead. What an asshole. Skin says there's no difference between copying and stealing. Or no, there is a difference. Yeah, there is. But I don't... Yeah, we may have someone who just steals techniques. But apparently Sukuna does that through killing and eating people. If the information I've heard is correct. Davian says, I feel like Yuki's gonna get done like Squad Zero. Don't tell me that. No, because the only hype for Yuki has been that she's special grade. There hasn't been any shit like, oh, Yuki is the closest person to being as strong as Satoru Gojo. There's been nothing like that. It's just been, oh yeah, Yuki's one of the other special grades. So I'm not super worried about that happening. Scap said, since the last chapter of JJK, do you think Maki can be stronger than Toji? I don't know if she'll be stronger than him, but I think the idea is that she will be eventually. Sonny DeGrom said, Nidon versus Gao Lang. Good question. I feel like Nidon could probably pull that one up through. Could probably win that one.
You actually think that Toji can beat Mahito?
I could see him doing it.
How would Toji damage his soul?
That's fair. Well, if he hit him with Inverted Spear of Heaven, wouldn't he not be able to, maintain the shape of his soul with Idle Transfiguration? Because it's his technique that makes him unkillable.
I don't know. Does that affect your soul? Inverted Spear of Heaven?
No, but it would stop Mahito from changing the shape of it, and that's what Mahito does to keep himself from being, injured, I think. Isn't that how that works?
He did that against Mechamaru because he did injure his soul.
Yeah. I don't know, actually. Kanye asks, have you seen the Demon Slayer movie? Only the part I give a shit about. Skin said, if Mango touched Maharaga, couldn't he reshape and kill him? Or is that how Idle Transfiguration works? I don't know if you can Idle Transfigure Shikigami. I don't know if that would work.
Does it have souls?
Yeah, it's not clear. Commissar says, Yuki showed up, did nothing, and went, my job here is done. My planet awaits me. What a Chad. Well, no, then she went back to Jujutsu High and was waiting for the others. So she didn't completely dip.
Yuki's everybody's lives during me. They're gonna die.
Yeah. Red Hood asked, Hayami versus Saw Pang. Saw Pang could probably beat Hayami unconscious. Like, hit Hayami with the Hammer of Burma, and he's gonna be out. And Hayami's not like the dodging type, so I imagine he would get hit by that shit, and that would end the fight. Euler said, what do you think is going to happen next chapter? Maki and my tag team killing Ogi. Will Maki flex her insides in? I do think Maki Like we saw, if you look at the cut, you can't actually see her guts kind of falling out. So I think she's going to have to, like, shove them back in, and she'll flex. Maybe Mai will figure out how to heal her. I think we're going to get some kind of tag team. I don't know if they'll kill Ogi. I don't know if Maki would go so far as to kill her own father. I mean, I wouldn't blame her, but I don't know if she would do that. Alex says, I personally don't think Maki will surpass Tochi, but I think she'll come real close. Yeah, I think that's probably the more likely, is that she'll get really close to Toji in terms of power.
I said her insides are coming out. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I didn't notice that originally either. You're gonna have to squint a little bit. Also, I think some people have pointed out that Ogi actually attacks twice in that panel. Like, how fast he's going.
I can't tell with him, bro. I can't tell.
You can kind of see. So I think when the arm's going down, that's the most recent attack. But you can also see his shoulder kind of going up from the previous attack. So I think Maki got hit by 2 attacks. One cut her face and the other one cut her stomach open. And we see she actually breaks the sword again. She breaks the sword twice.
Oh, yeah. Hit her in the head.
So he's adding on to it so quickly that it comes back like mid-attack.
There's 3 slashes. 1, 2, 3.
Sheesh. Skin says, hot take, hidden inventory is better than Shibuya. I have seen some people who think that. Commissar says, Yuki is so similar to Aoko Aozaki, by the way, if anyone is familiar. I am not, so I don't know who that is. Davion says, I need to see Mahito get resurrected. Nah, he can fucking burn in hell. Lord Atlook said, what do you think about Ogi and his role in all this? I think he's a fucking asshole, but I also think he's more of a side character. He's mostly here to just show off how fucking terrible the Zenin are, and to have, like, a direct conflict with Maki. I feel like the other guys are gonna have more of a conflict with Megami. Nadsat said Maki getting the Jogo treatment. No, Maki hasn't lost to show how strong other people are. Maki losing to other strong people is to show how she can kind of hold her own against people way stronger than her. Like, she's never had a chance of beating them, but she's been able to hold her own for a bit. Commissar said, hell no, I don't want to see Mahito ever again. Me neither. Sunny DeGrom said Seki versus Sa Pang. I don't know. Seki can fucking take a beating, so I think Seki may win that. Aspen said Toji with no curse tools versus a flyhead. He would not be able to kill it. I mean, he could subdue it pretty easily, but he wouldn't be able to kill it. Skin said if Sukuna comes out of him and Naoya will have a shit talk competition. I guess. And then Naoya would just die. Red Hood said, don't think Hammer of Burma stops Hayami, but I agree with Sa Pang wins. Listen, if you see how big the fucking crater from Hammer of Burma is, I don't think Hayami is going to make it through that one. Like, I get the not feeling pain thing, but at a certain point, something is gonna fucking knock you unconscious just from the impact. Muhammad asked, what do you think is Ogi's curse technique? I think it's something similar to creation. The difference is it seems to be adding on to other things, or maybe that's just a application of it, and it doesn't seem to be a full, permanent, solid object like Mai creates. So I think it's actually a weaker version of creation in the hands of someone who's stronger than Mai.
Like astral projection or something?
Not necessarily. I think it's just he can temporarily create a physical object.
Yeah, like a Green Lantern.
Yeah. Commissar says Ogi cuts the right eye and then the stomach. Yeah. Euler says he does attack twice. Yeah. I like that about a lot of Gege's art, is that sometimes, a lot of the times, if you just sit there and look at it for a bit, you can kind of see more from it than you would have from just an initial glance. Heroic says Aoko Ozaki from Fate. I haven't watched Fate, so I didn't recognize it. Neve says, I saw someone on Twitter pointing out that Mai seemed to lack an arm, or at least part of one. Yeah, I've been seeing that too. I wonder if that'll be clearer next chapter. Heroic says Aoko Aozaki is the GOAT. Kansar says Aoko Aozaki is from the same universe as Fate, but she's from Mahoyo. Oh, are there multiple series within the same universe as Fate? Heroic said Toji was stated by Gege to be equal to Naobito, and Naobito definitely isn't taking down Maharaga. I don't know, Chief. Give the guy a cursed tool, and Toji was doing way fucking better than Naobito. Maybe without a cursed tool, Toji's equal to Naobito, but with one, I mean, that's like saying Maki without a fucking cursed weapon is equal to, I don't know, Mai? Actually, yeah, without a cursed tool, if she fought someone maybe a little stronger than Mai, she wouldn't win.
That could just be speed also, because like you said.
Yeah, maybe just in speed. Skin says it's been so long since I've seen some death tragedy in JJK for a while, so either father or daughter died next chapter. Dude, Yaga died last chapter. What do you mean? It feels like it's been so long because we went on break, but it was literally the previous chapter we had a major character death. Well, not major, but like a character death.
Panda felt it.
Commissar says, knowing Gege, I'm going to say this now, Mai dies to save Maki. Maybe. JR says, how do you think Yuji scales compared to the rest of the Zenin clan? I think he's below most of them.
I believe Maki needs to defeat Ogi all on her own. She doesn't need Mai's help.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think it would probably be good for Mai to be fucking useful for once.
Yeah, but I'm ready to see Maki take a W.
Yeah, me too. Skin says, Toji equal to Naobito. Did me and Gege watch the same Dagon fight? Yeah, I don't know in what regard he was saying that. Maybe without any weapons. But Scap says, who will win, Buddha versus Zero? Yeah, Buddha.
I feel like Zero.
Red Hood says Rahido versus Gao. Sunny DeGrom. Yujiro, what kind of idiot loses 2 times in a day? Yeah, that's a good one. Nadsat said, Misc, what do you think about the York New arc in Hunter x Hunter? It's really good. That's a fantastic arc, actually. It's top 3 in Hunter x Hunter. I don't know if I like York New or the Chairman Election arc better. Chairman Election is much more compact, but I really, really like a lot of the stuff in York New. Commissar said, Gege said Toji and Naobito are equal? Hell no. Maybe young Naobito is a beast or something. Yeah, maybe. Skin said, Ogi must have cut off Mai's arm and destroyed all the cursed weapons before Maki got there. I don't know why they would destroy the cursed weapons. I mean, the official Viz translation says they moved them. They removed them. That sounds much more plausible to me, so this is going to be one of the few times where I say trust the Viz translation. Because that would be the dumbest fucking thing ever. Why would you permanently get rid of something to deal with a temporary problem? Like, what the fuck? Real Medell said, finished reading the rewrite. I'm gonna read that shit as soon as I catch up with the chat. Skin said, trust me, you don't want to even start comprehending the lore in the Fate series. Yeah, I think I've seen, like, a chart of all the timelines, and I'm like, Christ. Kanye said, if Akaza was in Jujutsu Kaisen world, what grade would he be? Commissar says, Yaga dies, this man's not enough slaughter, bruh. Davion Force says, grade 3 based on the movie? Nah. With the kind of speed... just the speed that Akaza had going on. That dude is not grade 3. Alex said, I'd like to see Mai headshot Ogi. I could see Maki using Mai's gun to headshot Ogi. I think I imagined that happening the other day. Kanye says, Gege doesn't just kill... Oh, wait. Joel said, could Yuta defeat the Disaster Spirits? And if so, out of 1 to 10, how hard would he have to try? I'd say probably like a 6 or 7, maybe 8. Yuta's pretty strong. If he has Rika, and if he's able to copy techniques to the extent that we think he can, it'd be like maybe a 7, 8 at the highest. Kanye says, Gege doesn't just kill off characters like that. All the characters he did kill off were facing special grades, and it did, Mai hasn't done anything, so why would Gege kill her? Yeah, well, to be fair, Yaga hadn't really done anything either, and he got killed off screen by Gakuganji, who's like a grade 1. So
And
skins.
special grades, as we know, considering the very first special grade we ran into was a bitch who wasn't even Sukuna Finger level 1, so
Yeah.
let's not use special grade as power scaling anymore.
Yeah,
community.
let's not do
Stop
that.
it.
Well,
Stop
I think
it.
explicitly, Gege said, don't worry about the grading system anymore. It's not going to be relevant.
Oh yeah, bullying game is not no more because the high-end era people are there.
Yeah, because like all of the new players getting involved in the game, like just don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. These guys are guys.
Skin says, I'm tired of people saying Shibuya's top 3 anime arcs of all time. Yeah, me too. That kind of sounds like recency bias to me. Like, Shibuya's really
Are
good,
people
but
saying
there are a
that?
lot of arcs out there that are better than Shibuya.
Oh, there are so many arcs that are better than that. But do people actually say that?
I've
Like, is
seen
that the
some
new
people
hype right
say
now?
it's some of their favorite shonen arcs ever. I think it's among the best of recent ones, especially similar arcs. Like My Hero's
Sure.
Paranormal
Yeah, I was gonna
War
say
arc.
My Hero.
That's
yeah.
debatable. Pretty fire in the.
Yeah, like they've been pretty good, but I'd say Shibuya is arguably better than a lot of the similar recent arcs.
Sure, but like I would argue right now, like for example, Jujutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite current running series. Like I like it more than Black Clover or My Hero Academia, but I would argue that My Hero Academia has at least, I don't know where the arcs start and end, but there are some arcs in My Hero Academia that are just, well, it's better than Shibuya.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, like I don't know what to tell you. I like Jujutsu Kaisen more, but
Yeah,
You
like
know,
overall,
one of the
it's
top
a better
3?
series, but
listen, we're in the world where, like as you said, current running, but in the world where we have, and some people are gonna hate on me for this, but like the Dragon Ball Z arcs, where we have the Soul Society arc, where we have like Toriko and One Piece, and even Hunter x Hunter. I heard everybody praises the Chimera Ant arc. How are you putting the Shibuya arc in Chimera Ant arc and Soul Society arc among
yeah,
those?
it's
How are you doing
not
it?
as good as Chimera
You're
Ant.
not.
I will listen, as the resident Jujutsu Kaisen stan, and it being my favorite series, there is not a single arc in Jujutsu that's better than Chimera Ant.
There we go. I'm gonna trust that opinion. I'm just gonna trust that right there. Because I can see it, because people have been hyping up Chimera Ant arc
For years.
for years. It's like Soul Society. Bleach stands, no, and even non-Bleach stands love Soul Society. Soul
Yeah.
Society is considered one of the greatest arcs ever in Shonen. It's like, so how you're putting it in top 3 with Shibuya is beyond me.
Yeah, like it's Chimera Ant, Soul Society, and Marineford. Those are the 3 big ones I hear about.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, Marineford is just one of those. I don't think Marineford ever is going to drop out of the top 5, but just because of what it is. But yeah.
And I think, well, I remember someone in a previous stream saying like the Pain arc from Naruto, but I don't know if that's as good.
The Pain arc is actually, that's some of the hypest parts of Naruto. Even I liked that part of Naruto.
Yeah, I think I've heard the Pain arc is
was not
probably
bad.
the best part of Naruto.
It is.
Until I watched the Pain arc. I was little and I was like, Naruto's lame. My dude was like, my friend was like, wait, no, it's not. Look at this. I was like, bro, this guy's kind of a badass.
Yeah. The Pain arc was a summation. Like, the Chunin exams was good, and there's a lot of good points in the Chunin exams. But then, when we get to the Pain arc, everything's finally come. The Pain arc should have been the end of the series. Sort of like in Bleach, where after Aizen, the series should have ended. From a storytelling perspective, that was the peak, and it should have been over.
But
And
I
then,
mean,
you know.
Naruto and Bleach, I'm not mad about the 1,000-year blood work arc like I'm mad about Boruto.
No. But remember that the Pain arc, there was arcs. There was the Shinobi War and stuff after in Naruto. Like, we're not talking a sequel series here. You know, like
Yeah,
Boruto
just like
happened,
continuing
sure.
the story beyond
Oh, yeah,
where you
Right,
probably should.
exactly. Like,
didn't-
I like the 1,000-year Blood War arc, but ideally the story ends before it starts.
Yeah.
Ideally.
I don't really like the War arc, to be honest. I like Madara. I like him.
Yeah,
I've heard
see,
a
nobody
lot of
really likes
people.
that arc.
I heard a lot of people don't like the war arc. I've heard it's a mess.
There's a lot. It's great if you're like. This is one of the things that we talked about. When was your last stream? Miss, like yesterday? Day before?
Sunday. This is probably going to be
Sunday.
one of the few weeks where I do more than one stream.
There you go. So when we were talking about that before, I believe we were talking about like Attack on Titan and One Punch Man and Demon Slayer, like things that have like great animation and that boosts sales, that helps hype, that helps everything. I think that some of the badass moments in the final arc of Naruto actually, like those are moments that's like, okay, this was really cool. Like watching Madara just walk around and devastate an army, that's really cool to watch. As far as storytelling, narrative, and everything else, no, this is stupid. But it's cool to watch. It's one of those, like, you're starting to cross over into meathead mode, even though you know the storyline's not great, the characters are not acting like themselves, there's a problem here, there's a plot hole there, all this stuff. But when you see it's sort of like if you watch Demon Slayer animation, you're just like, okay, this fight makes no sense, but it looks really goddamn cool. It's like what they do with the Fast and Furious movies now. Now they're flying off of hills, destroying tanks with Mustangs. Makes no sense.
And now they're going to space, I think.
Right, exactly. Makes no damn sense. But it's good action.
Yeah.
That can't be denied, you know. So, you know, I think it's one of those.
What? Fast and Furious.
Oh, jeez. The chat. Where is the chat now? Alright, I'm gonna skip some of these comments if I think that they're not worth answering. This is now we're gonna get really fucking strict here until I catch up with the chat. Gojo versus Post Rose Meruem. He still can't touch Gojo. If you don't have a way to touch Gojo, you're not gonna fucking beat him. Comment says the lore in the Fate series is the easy part. Nasuverse lore. Now that's the Dark Souls of lore. Oh, nice. Akaza would be low special grade, yeah. Hard Cruise W said, bro, I just took P in Spanish exam today. So boring. Yeah, I remember Spanish. That was fucking boring. Actually, I think I always exempted Spanish exams because I'm like, listen, I'm not going to remember all this fucking shit for a test. I can do lesson by lesson, but an exam? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Commissar says, honestly, my top 3 shonen arcs are Chimera Ant, York New, and Soul Society. I've heard, there are some people I've heard that have York New above Chimera Ant. Which, like, I like York New a lot, but I don't think it's better than Chimera Ant. Skin says, I agree, Villain Academia is better than Shibuya, but not by much. War Arc is debatable.
Yeah, I like Villain Academia is fire. I can't wait for that to be animated. I mean, I think it is this season, to be honest.
Band is back. Commissar says, the Pain Arc is the best Naruto arc, but not top 10 material.
What?
I'm gonna say debatable on that, and I don't like Naruto.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I do not like Naruto, ladies and gentlemen, but that is debatable. Like, from if you take away your bias for a moment, you know, like even like Nia D. Hemmings, for example, hates Bleach, but he recognizes Soul Society as one of the greatest shonen arcs of all time. You have to be able to separate yourself from what's actually good sometimes, guys.
I don't really watch Soul Society. I just watch the Espadas fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I also like. People don't. But, yeah.
Skin says, look, in terms of writing, no arc in JJK is even touching the best arcs on any of the big 3. Hell, it's not even touching the best arcs in Dragon Ball.
There are some. That's what I was saying before. There are some arcs. The whole Cell Games thing. The building. Nobody built up like Akira Toriyama with Gohan's character. I'm sorry. That was a build up over multiple arcs that we didn't know was coming to that head. So I'm just saying.
Just dropped it for Goku.
Yeah, but once again, that's like complaining about the 1,000-Year Blood War arc and blaming the Arrancar arc on it. Like, you know, you don't blame the arc that did it. You blame the arc after for ruining it later on, but don't blame the build-up that was there, hype at the time. One of the greatest moments was Gohan going Super Saiyan 2. That's one of the greatest anime moments of all time.
Yeah, I think JJK has like better like fight scenes than Dragon Ball.
I think JJK has better choreography. I think it has some of the best choreography of just about any currently running series.
But you know what fight I haven't been able to decipher yet is Mahito versus Yuji and what's it called? Fuck, I forgot his name.
Toto?
No, yeah.
When they were fighting, he like split up into a few persons. And he was clapping all. I can't tell what's going on in that fight.
That's one of the ones where you kind of have to pay attention really hard. If you like squint, you can tell what's happening. You just gotta look at it really hard for a minute.
Yeah,
and you'll get it. It'll all click.
I forgot Toto's.
JR says Kaiju number 8 currently has some of my favorite art right now in Jump. It's had some really good shit. It's had some really impressive panels, I have to say.
I haven't really gotten it, Kaiju, to be honest.
Kaiju, I would recommend. Well, now there's enough stuff going on right now that you could read it in bulk. Kaiju's one of those series where you gotta read it, you gotta binge a lot of it, and then you wait. Because they take breaks, like, all the time. Calling it a weekly series is not very accurate, because you don't get a chapter every week.
I've been reading Mashal. Mashal's what I've been reading.
Yeah, a lot of people. Oh, aren't you one of the ones who's been telling me Mashal's really good?
Yes, it's good. I don't know if it's really good. I like it. It's like if Austin never got anti-magic.
Oh, I see. And was just so fucking strong that it doesn't matter?
He's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Felt Curse Energy. Yeah.
I see. Interesting. Connoisseur says 1,000 Year Blood War is full of extremely cool things. It was just rushed.
Yep.
And then he says Kaiju number 8 will be the next AOT in my opinion. Could you be a little more specific there by what you mean by that? And that it will be very popular and well written, and then just completely shit the bed in the last few chapters, and then get a volume release that makes the ending even worse.
And you'll have a toxic fandom that'll refer to it as peak fiction.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. No one talks about Attack on Titan anymore. 1 month after the final chapter, and no one talks about it anymore.
Thank God. I was sick of that before it came out.
Aaron had so much potential. Look who he's at now. God.
Yep.
There are people, there are fans that have they've remade the last chapter, or they're in the process of it. They've found people to draw it. They're gonna redo the last chapter. We're getting to levels of cope that shouldn't be fucking possible.
You know what I'm pissed at? You know what I'm actually pissed at? Is that I waited too long to do my Aaron review because everybody hated my video where I talked about Aaron, and I said, well, I'm going to make an Aaron discussion video, and I'm going to show you guys how he is a one-dimensional character who we thought was a badass after the time skip, blah, 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 but he's actually a fucking one-dimensional piece of shit. He's not a great written character at all, and he's a moron. And I was going to make that video. I was like, no, Aaron's like one of the most depth characters of all time. But I never got together to release that video before the final chapter. See, now it would just come off as, well, of course you say that now.
Yeah.
It's like, no. I was saying that fucking 2 years ago.
Oh my god. Skin says, say the war arc was a mess is a massive understatement. That bad, huh?
I don't like the work. I like Madara, but it Obito.
Kanye also actually said that I wouldn't say that Demon Slayer doesn't make sense. That's not. I think that was directed at something I said.
Yeah, I think you were just making an example.
I was making an example. I'm not saying there's a single fight in Demon Slayer that didn't make sense. I'm just saying, like, oh, if the logistics don't make sense of something going on, like, once again, my Fast and the Furious was a better analogy or an example. It's like they're fighting tanks and submarines and they're in space now. It's like it was 10-second drag racing in the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just getting too ridiculous. Animation hyped shit up, and nobody cares when you sort of turn your brain off, or not turn it off, but you sort of dial it back, and then you just watch, oh, Jason Statham is fighting a giant ancient shark. Well, it's Jason Statham fighting a giant shark. I'm going to enjoy that.
That's what you come to expect from Jason Statham movies.
Right. Like, I don't watch the Expendable movies and expect, you know, they made Chuck Norris jokes in the Expendables movies with Chuck Norris in it. I don't expect it to be exactly 10 Years a Slave, Pride versus Prejudice profoundness. Sorry.
I watched Jason Statham. That's that one movie coming out where he's like a armored.
I
truck
don't
driver.
even know anymore. I don't keep track.
Yeah.
He's like undercover.
JR asked, which manga/anime do you think has the most plot holes? Out of the ones I've seen, JoJo. JoJo has a decent amount, to the point where Araki Forgot has been a meme for years now, where he literally just forgets things.
A lot of, and I just want to say really quick, a lot of people, I don't know what the answer to that one is, but a lot of people say Dragon Ball, but they say that based on rewatching the abridged series and watching the anime. A lot of the rules that they claim are plot holes are actually explained in the manga, and I recently reread the manga because my wife bought it for me 2 years ago. She bought me the whole manga, and rereading the manga, I was like, oh my god, that fixed that plot hole that everybody bitched about for the entirety of Dragon Ball Z. And then I read the next chapter. It's like, oh, that fixes every single plot hole. So, like, the things are explained. But see, nobody read the Dragon Ball Z manga. Everybody grew up with the TV show. So certain things weren't explained, and that's what happened.
I think Demon Slayer has some inconsistencies and plot holes. I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers, but yeah.
Yeah, they do. Every series does. Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, they all do.
I was just thinking of anime not including details from the manga, and I was just reminded that apparently the Hunter x Hunter anime left out a few things. Like, they don't start on chapter 1 for pacing reasons or something, but then when you get to stuff later on, there will be things that don't matter as much to you because you didn't get the context from chapter 1. So that's like some of the flaws in the adaptation. However, overall, the anime is really good. Back in ye golden days when Madhouse was apparently the best anime studio.
Oh, I know what the answer is. Sorry. Seven Deadly Sins has the most plot holes in all of manga. Period.
Really?
I've read over 250 manga, and I'm telling you right now, Seven Deadly Sins, if you read the entire series, all 356 chapters, I'm telling you right now, I think it's 356, that has the most plot holes ever. Ever. Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece combined don't have that many plot holes. It is bad. It is so bad. It was so good, and it went so bad.
Were all of those plot holes after a certain point in the story?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Yep.
it has so much potential. And then the anime showed up and doodled on it, and then they're like, oh, well, I'm not care anymore.
And I'm not, and just so everybody's clear, I'm not talking about like terrible writing or anything like that, or like bad reasoning. I'm talking literal plot holes. Literal plot holes. Like, that make no sense and are never addressed by the end of the series. It's like 2 + 2 = 5. Are you going to explain that? No. And then the series ends.
Sonny DeGrom says the 8 kings in Toriko. I thought there were 4 kings in Toriko.
No, there's 8 kings.
Oh
The 8
boy,
kings
exciting. We'll get to that later then, I guess.
They're awesome. They're awesome. You're welcome.
Red Hood said, what would happen if someone told Toto their type was lollies? He would hopefully beat them to death, as he should. Alex says... Wait, hold on. Oh my god, did the chat jump down. I hate how it does this.
I can quickly... Kanye said Naruto over Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'm not reading all of them. I'm just looking for interesting comments at this point. We have so many.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Commissar says, Mashal is really good, definitely. It's One Punch Man, but less overpowered. You got actual stakes. Interesting. Commissar says, alright, maybe not the ending, but I mean popularity. Oh, that wouldn't be bad, because Kaiju number 8 is pretty good, so I wouldn't mind it having a lot of popularity. If it gets a good anime adaptation.
Oh, man. I think Master might get an adaptation.
I love how the lesson of true freedom was thrown out the window alongside all of Aaron's character development. Yeah, literally, the last chapter throws out, like, all of the theming and lessons from the entire series. Like, what the fuck was the idea here?
What still makes me laugh about that is that everybody thought he got developed after he got the long hair and he went in and he like infiltrated and all that shit. And I'm like, you do realize that's all based on the fact that he touched the bitch and he got all his memories replaced by all the previous users and stuff, and he's basically
Well, they
just
weren't
a zombie
replaced,
acting
but
clean.
he had them now. Like he had seen them.
Yeah. So now it was not character development. It was, now I have the memories of 1,000 other people, and now that's completely shaped everything I'm going to do. That's not development based on learned experiences. That's, oh, I took in 1,000 souls into my body, and they're all whispering in my ear, this is the way things work.
Genocide.
That's not development. Yeah, it's not development. It's not development to get amnesia. It's not. That's not character development. Sorry.
Only thing that happened with Aaron is that his character changed from, cool nigga to I'm gonna kill every single person.
And then not.
And then not do it.
Skin says, no, anyone who read the War Arc knows it more than deserves the hate it gets.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I read when I read the War Arc after I finished it. I read I ended the War Arc after I finished basically, how I read it. I finished that before it was even animated. So I read the parts into the lame old reanimation dudes, and then I went to the manga. I watched the parts, and then I went to the manga and I read the modern version of the stuff and the Tensei and all that.
Can I bring up something that Kanye just actually said? He said One Punch Man has great steaks. Well, that's debatable.
What kind of steaks? You spelled steaks as in the cuts of meat.
Are they beef tenderloin? Are they prime rib? Are they porterhouses? We need the proper cut. We need the proper seasoning. We need fresh garlic. We need crushed black pepper. We need the good shit.
I mean, those steaks Garo ate looked pretty good.
Wait a second. Have you read all of One Punch Man?
Yeah, he keeps up, but
manga,
he hasn't
yeah.
reread in a while.
The latest one?
Chapter 148 or whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, I think the stakes are getting pretty high, kind of.
Not for
The
Saitama,
stakes are only
though,
getting
just for
high
everyone
because
else.
Saitama's not there.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, the problem with One Punch Man is, which is okay, Helsing did it right, and Seven Deadly Sins, for the most part, did it right. When you have a guy who can defeat everybody, even Jujutsu Kaisen, Geiji admits, see, I love Geiji because he's just like, Gojo's gotta go. I love him, but I hate him. He's got to be in prison because he ruins my storytelling. There's nothing to do when Gojo's in the mist.
So then the entire villain's plot has been, we have to get rid of Gojo.
Exactly, because they know he's too OP. The problem with One Punch Man is that, not that nobody knows that Saitama's OP, it's that you have to constantly write Saitama as a lazy, not give a shit character all the time, just so he doesn't go and fix every problem in the series. Yeah, the stakes are raised for a couple of character deaths, but they're not raised for the end of the world, because Saitama will eventually, once they blow up his apartment, he'll be like, all right, who did that? Who threw that? I'm gonna punch you. Who threw that? And it's just like, that there's no stakes in One Punch Man. There's not really at the end of the day.
Character as the main character, Garo, who I'm watching.
Right there. See,
Garo's the most interesting character in the series.
Yeah, I actually call, if you guys, if you watch my streams, whenever I stream those, I actually call it the Garo Show. I don't call it One Punch Man. I call it the Garo Show. And whenever there's a Garo chapter, I'm like, well, now that we're following the real MC of the series, now I'm invested. Because if we can just forget Saitama.
One gets chapters.
Yeah, his chapters are the best chapters. His chapters are the reason. Don't get me wrong. I like the stakes that are going on right now, like what you were saying. Like right now, oh yeah, it's pretty hype and the stakes are raised. I understand that, but knowing that Saitama is not actually just gone, like he's off on the moon or something. He's literally there under a pile of rubble. He's gonna show up to save the day once it gets too crazy.
I'm just waiting for Black S to turn all crazy, and I'm waiting for for Fear Ugly to die, so my mask can put in some work. That's all I'm waiting for.
I mean, that's fair. And once again, I'm a little more. I'm not a One Punch Man stan. I'm not a One Punch Man hater. I'm more of a trying to look at not necessarily gray, but I look at it with a. I nitpick at it. I look at it with a fine tooth. I try to be gray about the situation, but I also look at it and I nitpick at it because people. The problem is the community. Everybody made One Punch Man. It's just like Attack on Titan. Everybody makes it seem like it's the greatest thing that's ever happened. And I'm like, every manga that came out before these are better. Like, they're not that great, people. Why is this so hype? You know?
I like Garo and the art style, but I also love me some Black Sperm. Black Sperm's crazy. Pause though when I said that.
Very funny that Black Sperm is actually one of the cooler characters, despite the name.
I actually, who was my favorite? Your favorite executive was Black Sperm. I actually really liked Homeless until I found out his backstory. I liked Homeless.
It was funny. They're like, they made me strip naked and dance for him, and then after that they fired me for being naked. I'm like, that's tough.
Damn,
Actually,
that's
that
tough.
That actually wasn't the thing that I disliked about Homeless. The thing that I disliked about Homeless was the fact that he went and saw a Polygon from fucking Super Smash Brothers, thought he was God. He gifted him power and said basically use it to kill all the humans. And he's like, all right, I'm going to kill all the humans.
Oh, yeah.
So how many chapters of One Punch Man have we had where he has not killed a single human? He thinks he's doing this for God, and he... Like, I'm sorry, I saw Boondock Saints. The moment God spoke to the Boondock Brothers, they went, all right, let's pick up some guns, let's go kill some people. Like, you don't just go, all right, God, I will do your mission for you, but first, let me take a month off for August vacation. I'm going to Mexico. I need to go to a resort for a bit. Then I'll do your mission. Like,
he murdered Zombie Man like 400 different times, you know?
He murdered the one guy who can't be killed.
Yeah, unlucky.
Yeah. He's murdered one person, and he's still not dead.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've seen some of the stuff that comes up later in this arc, and I have no idea how long it's going to take to get to it, because I don't know all the stuff that happens before it.
Pretty fast, I'm not gonna lie.
But I'm like, I'm looking, because I've seen the actual original webtoon art, and, like, it's not that good, not very good at all, but I can see what one was trying to do there. So then you take that and then you have it done with Murata's art and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Bang is such a savage. I did not know he had it like that.
Let's see any other interesting comments. Hyun, I'm gonna assume that's Hyun. H. John K. Hyun, I don't know. I don't know what country you're from, so I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that. It says, your chapter reviews for JJK actually made me understand what the fuck was happening in any of those fights. It's my first manga. Nice. It's among my... Well, how many manga did I actually read before Jujutsu?
It's the first manga that I followed.
Like, I'd watched some anime, but how many manga had I read? I think it's within my first 5? Because I'd read some of My Hero, I had read Demon Slayer. Yeah, I guess it was like my 4th manga that I read. So, well, I'm glad to have helped you understand some things. Nice.
It would be complicated, especially for a first-time manga viewer. I mean, look at my streams. I'm a veteran, and even, like, you guys need to explain shit to me afterwards. I was like, okay, I don't get what the fuck is going on here.
Skin said at least Isayama apologized for the ending, which God knows he should have.
That's such a shame.
No, yeah. So he was like, "Oh, I tried to please everyone, or I tried to make a chapter that would please everyone, or whatever," and he ended up pissing off most people. And then for the volume release extension of it, decided to make it even worse. Somehow managed to do that.
That's like, oh, I'm not gonna. Never mind. No, you like killed me inside. Hello?
What?
is when
What's that?
is when Yuta just walked up. I thought it was gonna be like a whole Yuta versus Choso fight. Like he was about to he beat Naoya. Now he's gonna fight Choso, and then he not even looked at him and smacked him like 5 times.
Listen,
You
I think
think
Yuta's a
Chozo
little
actually had a
beyond
chance,
Chozo.
I thought it was gonna be like at least like he was gonna like shoot something at him and he was gonna like speed blitz him all like stylish. But it was like, nah, I'm just gonna punch him 4 times in the face. And you're just
See, there's two schools of thought in the jiu-jitsu community. I'm of one school of thought, and most of them are the other. Is that Yuta is top fucking tier. He's top 3 in the verse as we know it right now. And there's people who go, no, he's strong. He's in like the top 15. It's like, no. You guys don't understand. This dude.
No. Yuta is probably top 3.
he's
top 3. But there are people who don't. They're like, oh well, this guy's stronger, that guy's strong. I'm like, no. No.
Like,
Yuta
Kenjaku
is a
said that if
dojo.
Geto had all of his cursed spirits when he fought Yuta, if he didn't split them up, that he would have won. But I don't know how much I believe him, because he already
believe that
seems
at
to
all.
not be that impressed by Yuta. He said himself, I don't get what everyone sees in him. Which I'm like, what do you mean you don't get it? It seems kind of obvious. Could you explain, please? I'm sure
He
he'll
knows
explain
more than us.
eventually, but
he knows more. He knows something we don't know.
yeah,
Maybe.
like he definitely knows some shit, or he's seen some shit where he's like, oh yeah, whatever, I guess.
But I honestly think like Geto was restrained because like he wasn't fighting Yuta. He was downplaying Yuta and underestimating him the entire fight.
Yeah, let's see this asshole go up against Yuta with Rika full force. Let's see him actually try to fight just 1v1, and let's see how unimpressed he is. Meanwhile, that dude's being ripped apart 95 ways from Sunday.
He
Yeah.
was struggling against like the class. The class was like putting in some work against him that year.
Yeah.
I mean, Geto made the terrible mistake of trying to beat someone else's big laser attack with his own big laser attack, which never ends well for anyone.
Nope.
And it was even like a good Uzumaki. Kenjaku was like, yeah, that Uzumaki used against you was trash. This is better.
Yeah,
better
you
one.
weren't
And
using it the right way.
Kusakabe blocked that, bro. And you know Kusakabe, I don't even think Kusakabe has a curse technique. It said that Kusakabe got like grade 1 without even using curse techniques. So he only has like simple domain tricks. He used like simple domain to block off that Uzumaki, which is pretty impressive.
Or whatever else the new Shadow style has. Because it has other stuff like that. What is it called? Like New Moon Sword Drawing? That's a thing that he has, but we didn't get to see what it does.
He used it to kill those people.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought he was about to use it
Yeah.
and then got interrupted.
He did like a For Honor, like Orochi dash slash type thing. Just slashed him like an anime character.
Yeah, of
With
course.
basic raw speed blitz. That's what that was. Yeah. This is pretty impressive though that Yuji was able to put up against Yuta, and then Chozo's get punched twice and just loses.
But from what we know now, Yuta wasn't actually. He was trying to make it look like to anybody watching that he was trying, at the same time not trying to kill him.
Yeah, he's like,
So,
I will put in a moderate degree of effort.
Exactly. He had to make it look like he was trying full force.
Yeah, a moderate
While not
degree of
trying full
effort,
force.
not actually using any of my curse technique.
Yeah.
But
Not that he wasn't impressed with Yuji, but he was just sort of like
he said I meant to take you out on my initial rush. That was in his brain though. He like thought that, so he was trying to finish him off as quickly as possible.
oh yeah, because he knew that people potentially were watching, and he needed to make this look good. You know, he needed to make it look like he was the executioner, that he's the one doing the right thing, that he's not on their side, right? So, but at the same time, you know how hard it is for, like, okay, so let's say you got like a B grade character and you got like an S grade character. Yeah, the S grade character is overpowered as fuck, but it'd be like telling Saitama or Alucard or any of these OP Escanor, yeah, go into the one form Escanor, but also like dial it down.
Dial it down.
That doesn't work. Saitama, one punch me, but don't one punch me.
Yo, do you guys think that Yuta had like one of the best reintroductions in the series, or introductions, I guess? You know?
I was shocked to see it. I don't know if it was
see him land on that ledge, completely eviscerated, and like punch that car at Yuji and stuff. Because he's like, I thought of him as like a glass cannon, kind of like Homeless Emperor. Like he just had a ton of like cursed energy in this, but then I saw him like land on that ledge and completely get it crushed. I'm like,
yeah, it's all that big cursed energy.
I was like, uh-oh. I was like, uh-oh. I was scared for Yuji. I'm like, you gotta go.
See, I wasn't scared for him because I never believed. You can go back and check the streams if you don't believe me, but I never believed that Yuta was going to be a bad guy in that way. I was like, okay, I'll give him a 10%, like, you know, but the 90% of my shit was in Vegas going, Yuta's playing.
I figured if he was, it was going to be a temporary thing, depending on like what the exact situation was. But I think when Gege said, "Oh yeah," when Gojo went on a trip at the start of the series, it was to go see Yuta. I was like,
Oh man,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry about Hikari. I can't live with Hikari. Whenever you bring up him going on that trip and he mentioned, "Oh, Hikari will be fine. You don't need to worry about those freaking special."
Yeah,
great curses."
Hikari will be fine. You don't need to watch over him.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? What is all this hype for Hikari, bro? I need.
You know what they're gonna do for Hikari if it's a gambling thing? Is it almost every single time he's gonna get a bad roll, and then you're gonna have that one moment where he gets like a perfect roll, and then it's just gonna fucking wash someone.
He better not be introduced as Doodoo and get like defeated. He better like at least like do this.
No, that would be funny because that'd be like a half decent job introducing the concept that Hikari is not great all the time.
Yeah, but then how
In fact, a lot of the
path?
time he's not great, but sometimes.
Yeah,
oh,
we know
oh my
we know
God.
this from the two statements. We know this for a fact because Maki thinks that Yuta's lying or being humble, that Hikari is stronger than Yuta. But Yuta himself said when he's on a roll. Now, how often does he get on a roll?
That was corrected though to when he's serious or something.
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit what John Wenry translates things to most of the time, unless it
Yeah.
makes more sense.
But okay,
He
when
just
gets
sucks all
serious,
of the
'cause
style and life out of most of the dialogue.
Remember, Meliodas did the exact same thing. It's a carbon copy of Jujutsu Kaisen. He said, "Oh yeah, Escanor, we got to go find him. He's stronger than me." Well, he's not stronger 12 hours of the day than you.
Yeah.
So wait a minute now. He's actually the weakest member of humanity for 12 hours a day.
What if he has like a math ability? He just takes like he just like equalizes your cursed energy with his, and that's why he's like. That's why he's like. That's,
Maybe.
that would be
It may be a cursed energy gambling thing. I don't know.
A lot of people are saying luck or gambling or something. I think we're going to be pleasantly
Yeah, because I think
surprised by
Gege
some
said in the
things.
fan book or in something that Hikari's a gambler. He likes gambling.
yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people are basing it off of that. But maybe it might be even a two-face thing with like a coin flip. It might be more simplistic than we're thinking about.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's read some good comments. Skin said, "I'm pretty sure that ending didn't please anyone." Yeah. Who pulls more, Oma or Gojo? Oma doesn't even understand what sex is.
Gojo
No,
does.
I think he hit on someone like one time, but the rest of the time he's too busy being dumb. Gojo apparently. What I think Gege said the difference between when he decides to wear his blindfold and when he wears his sunglasses is he usually wears his sunglasses when he's going out to like see a woman, like when he's going out on a date or something.
And it's also said that Gojo's not the type to be loyal to one woman, so Gojo's a player.
Yeah, Gojo's a bit of a womanizer.
Who would have guessed? Those eyes, bro.
Skin says Kenjaku's been around for 1,000 years and was around during the Golden Age period. I'm pretty sure Kotsu is nothing special to him. And unlike Geto, who is batshit crazy, Brain is cool and calculated. Yeah, if you look at Volume 0 Geto, that dude did not... Whoa, boy, was he not very calm and collected for a lot of Volume 0.
Yeah, but that was before like Gege got into his prime into him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now you gotta explain it. So.
Explain. Oh, he's probably just been fucking crazy after that.
Yeah, but at the same time, Geto was using curse manipulation like an idiot, so let's not say this was Prime Geto versus Baby Yuta. Yeah. Real Madal asked, finish the rewrite? What I'm going to do is I'm going to catch up with the chat. My fucking cats are making a ruckus now because it's almost 4 o'clock and they want their food. So I'll catch up with the chat. I'll let Det and Griever. Oh, and Band's in here too. Hello, Band. Band, you can talk about whatever you want. And then I'm gonna read this rewrite thing. Skin asks, Misc, have you heard that Gege might have corona, which is why he's been taking so many breaks lately? He's only taken like 2 breaks recently, and one of them was just because he got sick during Golden Week, or before Golden Week or something. I don't know. I don't think he has corona, or if he does, I don't think he had a big bad case of it. So yeah, you guys talk about whatever you want. I am going to go feed my cats, and then I'll come back to read this thing that Real Madel wanted me to check out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I hope Hikari has some. I hope he uses like binding vows. We haven't seen a lot of binding vows at all. That's what I'm waiting
Probably, yeah. Wait, can you hear me?
for. Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
'Cause what's the whole thing about binding vows? Like you have to do something or something to like.
Sure.
Yeah, you get like a boost, right? That's what like Nanami used it for. Like
Yeah.
That's
Wait.
one.
Was there like something that held Nanami back? I don't really remember.
But he got like a amp after overtime, like whatever he was supposed to clock out and he didn't clock out, he'd get like a power amp so he'd be able to finish his job quicker.
Oh, so wait, was that all his like own power, or was there like a power like? What I mean
I don't
is,
know.
like, was this shit suppressed? Or
I
like,
think
was
I
that?
think he restricted himself or something.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Hikari got a like. Hikari had a binding vow. That would be pretty neat.
Yeah, he had like a binding vow or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I feel like he maybe maybe he has like a curse technique that gets stronger depending on the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or maybe he could end up like really fucking useless, depending on like what he rolls if it is gambling related.
I need to turn up your volume, Band. There we go.
Oh shit. Yeah. Maybe he can end up being really fucking useless, depending if it is gambling related. We might be.
But Gojo said he could like surpass him. Like I don't think
Yeah, but maybe he's
momentary
referring.
momentary powers Gojo level. You know what I mean? Because Gojo's like 100% all the time, every day.
Once again, I think we're also taking the gambling thing a little too literally. Once again, I think we'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't think it's going to be. As I said, I'm considering it luck or gambling based is too much of a game of chance. And as you guys have just pointed out, it's like, well, if he's Gojo level, how the hell would having a 1 in a million chance of a coin flip help that, or playing dice or whatever? So I'm still on the thing that it's more of an Escanor thing. Like, there's a power-based system. There's times when he's not great, and there's times when he is great. And maybe he has a level of control over those times. Maybe it's something similar to what Nanami does with the whole 7-3 thing. Or...
Yeah, I'm
Binding vow.
thinking if Hikari does have a gambling thing, he may be able to do binding vows or something to increase his chances of getting a certain role.
He might be like, because Gege did say his curse technique wouldn't align with things. If that sounded like a hint at what he was.
He said that some people may be offended by his ability or something.
Man, if he starts,
I remember
like,
some people saying, yes, the pachinko machine powers.
if he turns someone into a slave, I'm dropping JJK. I'm letting you know.
If it's
I'm dropping-
what?
Oh no.
If he turns somebody into like a freaking slave, I'm dropping the series. I have to out of morals, because that would offend me.
Well,
They
no. If he,
No, I
if
think
he,
we're gonna have somebody with mind control powers at some point.
If he said something about offending people, maybe he just turns blackface or something like that. And just really pisses
I don't know. It's
people off.
offending people in Japan, I assume. So.
Offending people.
Oh well, then that's a lot different.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Censor powers. He has sensory powers. He censors all your stuff.
Ooh,
Censors
wow. Alright, let's take a look at this rewrite thing. I'm just gonna read this silently
rewrite?
and give
What are you
any
talking about?
opinions as they
No.
come to me.
Okay. There's also Skin in the chat is saying that Kenpachi claps Battle Beast. I don't know who Battle Beast is.
Battle
but,
Beast is a character from Invincible, which is that
Invincible.
new Amazon show
Ah,
and a comic.
right.
He does.
Yeah, no crap.
Yeah.
Listen.
Some,
Invincible gets to like very basic Superman level. Like you get planetary at the most.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're planetary. They go around planets destroying everything. I don't think that like I said, they have like, they're trash compared to like Superman and everybody else. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't even laser eyes. They're just really strong.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah, and
saw
like,
someone say that their Superman equivalent is like a fucking single-celled organism compared to real Superman.
Yeah, no one ever made the claim that they're stronger than Superman though.
Oh, you haven't been on Twitter?
Oh well, they're dumb. I've read
Oh,
the
well,
science.
people are like Superman versus Omni-Man, who wins? And I'm like, some of you don't know shit and are getting hit with that recency bias.
does Omni-Man have kryptonite?
No, but he doesn't. He's nowhere near as impressive as Superman.
What's it
it's,
called? I remember in like one of the stories, Terra killed Superman. That was hilarious.
I
Like,
mean,
you know,
at the end of the day, what ends up happening with a lot of these power scalers is, as Miss pointed out, you get a lot of people hyping for recent stuff. Like for example, right now, like Gojo is the sort of the hot ticket item for power scaling right now. So yes, there are characters in other verses that can beat Gojo. Of course there is, but like Gojo is still very powerful and stuff, and so people are constantly doing different matchups and trying to explain why this, why not, why this, why not. The moment you introduce something like that, so this Invincible comic, which I've heard good things about or whatever, but ever since it got popular, people have been doing the comparisons, of course, to Western comics, just like they did with My Hero Academia and blah blah blah, and just everyone's comparing it because the moment you say superhero, people are going to compare it to DC and Marvel.
Yeah. I have
Oh.
read the Invincible comic, and it is very good.
Ah, well, that's good. Speaking of comics banned, what's going on?
You know, the usual stuff. I've actually.
Van,
been
can you
doing
get a little
music
closer
already.
to your mic?
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Alrighty, yeah, I have been doing some writing as of lately. Some dialogue work.
That's good. That's good. Is it coming along well?
Oh yeah, I mean, every once in a while I do hit a little roadblock when I get to the narrator, but when it comes to actual character dialogue, that's pretty easy.
Well, yeah. I mean, and you have great sources because you come off of. I just mean in the sense that like you already sort of know all the characters involved. You know the personalities. You sort of get a feel for what they're gonna say, anyways. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine the interperson dialogue is pretty straightforward as far as that goes.
Yeah. I should probably actually continue it, but I'll be honest, I should probably take a break.
Well, I mean, you gotta
Why
take
are my
your time
cats
with these
chasing
things.
each other around now? What the fuck?
Because they know
Because cats are wonderful creatures that want to interrupt human beings as much as possible.
It's true.
Yeah. Reaver, did you hear about the power system?
No, I have not. The last thing I heard about the comic or whatever was that I think you messaged me about that it's going to be 5 chapters released at once.
Yeah. I believe, yeah. But, I believe Neo heard about it, actually. So if you didn't know,
okay.
your power is related to your hair, right?
Oh, fuck off. You're making that shit up. That's a fucking
I'm-
meme you did to fuck with Neo.
You know that would be hilarious though, because you know what, that people, you could easily, like, you know what I would have done with that if it was in the shit comic. You know what I would have done with
You
that.
would
I
have
would've-
done the Super
It's
Saiyan 100
biblical.
thing.
No, I would have done the biblical thing about the dude, I forget his name, but in the Bible, buddy who had the super long hair and he had the strength of Hercules and he couldn't be beat, and then for the sake of a woman he cut his hair and then he lost all his strength and he was a normal person and he died. But it was like that, as long as his hair was long and strong, he was long and strong, man. And it was just like, okay. So, yeah, I mean, but I can see it. It's sort of like, see, my whole thing is I always loved characters who always did a thing. This is why Food Wars was so good. Whenever they did the, whenever Selma was like, all right, he's putting on the bandana, and it was like, it's like, all right, it's game on. I always liked, and I've seen characters do that with their hair. Ponytails. Guys wear their hair down, they wear it long, you know, sort of idea. But then all of a sudden, they take a hairband, they tie their hair back. It's like, all right, put up the fist, let's do this sort of idea. I always like that concept, and I've seen it in many shonen battle mangas, like delinquent ones and stuff. And I always like that concept, so I always wanted that to be an integral part of a character whenever they have that long hair thing. You know, Edward Elric does it, Beelzebub does it, you know, that kind of shit. So I just always thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to let you know that I'm gonna shave everyone's head off at one point in the story.
That's gonna be so sad.
No, hear me out. So basically, right, aliens come to the planet, right? And all they want is human hair. And so, like, these aliens are, like, top 10 in the first. So, like, humans have no chance. So, like, yep.
They have to give up the hair?
Band, you
Yeah.
cut out. Band.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, so aliens come to the planet, right? And they're, like, top 10 in, like, the fucking galaxy. So humans have no choice. They either give them their hair, they're, like, destroyed. And so all the humans are like, alright, fuck it. And everyone shaves off their head. And then it grows back 2 years later. That's the time skip.
That sounds like so much part of the shit comic, I can't even begin. That sounds like a great continuation for the shit comic, but as far as a real story, I'm not digging the whole alien hair mongers. But I mean that it's your story, so you do what you want.
I'm fucking with you, Griever.
I figured you were. I like every single time Band like direct messaged me or whatever, DM, whatever the fuck you call it. Whenever he messaged me, I'm always like half like, all right, this is either totally full of shit or it's completely on the level. And I always go into that. Before I even read the message, I'm like, Band's either fucking with me or he's telling the truth, and I never know before going into it. He could say, hey, hello, and I'll be like, he's saying fuck you.
You know, you're not the only one who feels that way.
I wonder why, Band.
Everyone's like, they can't tell if I'm being serious or not. I'm just like, I'm not that goofy.
Well, considering, I mean, to be fair, next to you, I'll give it to you. You're the greatest shit poster. That's for sure.
Oh,
but
so don't tell me you're gonna come into Koji.
Yo, can we
No,
agree
no.
Can we agree that Jujutsu Kaisen is like the most brutal film? Oh wait, no, never mind. Chainsaw Man. Never mind.
We're mildly on topic there.
Yeah, a wee bit. The only thing I'm gonna say is that just remember that you might be a great shit poster, but I spent 4 hours bullshitting my way through a stream.
Alright, I'll let you have that.
Just remember that, and I did that for you.
True.
What happened? I just shipping stuff.
You're breaking up hard there, man.
Oh,
yeah,
am
think my
I?
phone. No, he's talking about me, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you're better now. Oh, now he's gone. No, Misc, you were fine.
Oh damn, you lost.
Oh no.
Oh no.
There we
yeah.
go. Are you good now?
Yeah, phone call messing with my Discord. Is it still is it good?
It's a little broken right now, but it fixed itself the first time after a minute, so maybe it'll fix itself. And since Miss is preoccupied, going back to the chat, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel asked, "Hello, Miss. How did your exams go?" Well,
They
as
went
the
quite well.
resident.
They went quite well. Actually, let's check if there was any other things I wanted to.
I'm not seeing anything too interesting as far as I'm concerned. Kanye Young is very, very distraught at me for like not liking Saitama, but other than that, there's nothing too. Just talks about Kenpachi versus Battle Beast,
Okay,
and
Sun Eater, wait, no. Red Hood asks, would you rather get with Makima or Vanica? So you're asking if I'd rather get with someone who's actually evil or crazy, because there's a difference. I think Vanica is just a fucking crazy person. Makima is legitimately evil. Like, evil as the word is meant to be used. So, I feel like the answer to that one's kind of obvious.
I don't even know who those people are.
Vanica from Black Clover and Makima from Chainsaw Man.
Oh, well, I don't like Chainsaw Man, but...
Makima's fine, bro. I don't even care. I'll take
Makima. No, listen. We don't care depending on the circumstances. The rest of the
Vanica's
time...
a chick?
As long as I'm not dead.
Could you not tell from looking at her?
I'm not dead.
I mean, I thought she was like one of those very effeminate males. Or some shit, or maybe somebody taking hormone pills. Look, it's 2021. I don't know. I just applied for my COVID vaccination here in Canada, and when I went under gender, there were 9 options.
Nice.
I don't know anymore. Okay.
No, yeah, I thought this seemed kind of obvious.
My Tinder thing had like 5 options. I was like, what is queer? What's the difference between queer and homosexual?
I think that's just more like a general term.
Queer is undefined. Like, you're not necessarily homosexual, you're not necessarily bi, you're not necessarily apparently. That's
it just
from my
seems to
limited
sort of
knowledge.
be like the general term, as far as I understand it.
Well, I picked other, so.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I
you
feel I
pick
did.
whatever you want.
Yeah, that is a little different. Well, I don't know. I haven't gotten my grades, so.
Well, look,
And so
I
it was an essay, so you can only kind of guess how well you did on it for the most part.
That's true too. Actually, I did not just the COVID thing. I did my census form. Do you guys have that in America?
Yeah, we have a census. I think ours was just last year.
Yeah, we did ours this year or whatever. And when I filled it out, you have to say, okay, are you married, whatever. And then there was an option that wasn't like a click bar. It was actually like, well, because I had to say, well, my wife is not living with me, blah, blah, blah. They asked like the reason why. And instead of giving a drop bar, they wanted you to type in a reason. I was going to be like, I thought about it for a second. I was going to be like, hanging up upside down in the cold storage, but what's it to you? Just the fuck with the census. And I was like, no, that's too dark. That's way too dark.
Okay, so for a minute, I kind of just cut out for a minute. Well, not cut out, but like my headphones were off for a minute. Then all I heard was that last sentence, and I kind of got scared for a second.
I mean, you should be. And I have a question for your stream, Misc. Why the hell are they comparing, like, if they're going to compare Black Clover to Chainsaw Man, there is, like 3 viable women in Black Clover that I'm willing to, like, okay, let's talk. Why the hell would they choose somebody like Vanica?
I don't know, man. Some people like evil crazy. Queer is a general term for those who are not cis or straight. Thank you, Clover.
I mean, there's not necessarily evil crazy, but there's crazy like Mary Lee Leona.
Yeah, we have non-evil crazy.
Yeah, we have like one of the greatest female characters in current running shonen, and you're picking wrong. Stupid people. And then we have Vanessa, who, I mean, she's just the Kana from Fairy Tail, but I don't care. Big titty drinking person. That's like my go-to. Yeah,
bro. I like how they
Autobot?
Maximize, deep, maximize.
Yo, dude, you're going full
He's
robot.
like burn victim.
Autobots. Predacons terrorize.
Yo, Dad, you went full robot. I didn't catch any of that.
He's gone again. He's gonna try to fix it, I guess.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Okay, I've finished this rewrite. Yeah, it's way better than the actual thing.
Oh, that's
It's basically the way I wanted it to go for the most part.
That Tokyo's a
For explain queer is a general term for those who are not cis or straight, but it encompasses multiple. So I was sort of right there.
Yeah,
They're
it's
not
like a general
necessarily
term.
Right, they're not necessarily gay or bi or poly or A or 2 or 4 or tiger or wood or whatever they do now, but
Yeah.
it's just a general term. Gotcha.
Uh,
Thank you, 4.
What was I thinking of? No, yeah. Chainsaw Man actually has a really good female cast. I find the women in Chainsaw Man generally very attractive because Fujimoto draws them actually, like, generally realistic. I think all of the women in Chainsaw Man actually look kind of realistic, and that kind of makes them more attractive.
Are you taking away my anime titty physics from me, Misc?
Listen,
Don't do
you
that.
still have big titties and big ass a lot of the time, but for the most part, a lot of the women look more like real life women.
I will say that is one thing that I like to see more, and I was pissed when people were showing who is it in My Hero Academia who's actually like sort of Araka or whatever. She's like supposed to be chubby, and they thin her down in the anime.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, that's not right. Like, she's meant to be more realistic
a little
in that.
bigger. I think it's the worst fucking thing ever, like a lot of other people do think, but I'm just like, why you gotta change?
No, because she's not obese or overweight like.
Yeah,
to an
she's just
unhealthy
got like
level.
a little bit.
Yeah, like
A little bit of fluff, as many
if
women
you
do. So like,
if you don't work out like fucking Goku and Vegeta every fucking day, guess what? You're gonna have some fucking flab.
Yeah.
Everybody's 5 pounds overweight. Sorry, like seriously.
Hey, I don't got any flab.
Well, maybe you carry it better. Or, well, as I said, I don't have any flab either, but my BMI is so fucking low that I can't really gain weight. It's very difficult for me to gain weight. I've been the same fucking amount of pounds since 9th grade. So, and
Me
I'm
too.
30.
Have you tried going to Heart
I'm
Attack
a
Grill?
really muscular skin, and that makes sense too, buddy.
Yeah. Like, the only time I
muscle-
gained weight was when I gained muscle. Like, I can't gain
muscle-
fat. So,
now we're arguing about who is the best female character. Daniel says chubby. Yeah, like Uraraka's not chubby, but she's not thin. She's like
No.
whatever that in between is.
right, she's not that supermodel Victoria
She looks normal.
Beckham
Like
style.
she looks like a normal teenage girl.
Average.
Yeah, like an average teenage girl.
Yeah.
Joker says Chainsaw
Have you
Man's female character
even
is top
noticed
tier.
that
You know
she-
what?
in-
I would say that as well. Chainsaw Man has a really solid female cast. I don't think there were any that I thought were bad. Like there were some that weren't important, but the ones that are
and you
relevant
get-
are pretty good. And some of them are
And
really
you get a
good.
better chance that you get a better chance
Your robot is still going for
Yeah,
me.
you're
I don't
cutting
know
out a
about
lot there, Dad.
of smashing them too. God dang it!
I don't know what happened to poor Deet's audio there. I hate that about Discord. Sometimes it's your connection, sometimes it's Discord. Like everything.
Daniel said, "Why do my comments get deleted?" I don't. They are. I don't see any of your
Are they?
comments deleted here.
I saw we talked about Chubby. You said Power is best girl. We're seeing them all. Vanica from where? Black Clover.
Yeah,
We're seeing them
no,
all.
I don't see any deleted comments from you. Some of them may not send. That happens to me occasionally when I'm in other streams, but they're not getting deleted. Like, sometimes it's just an issue and your comment doesn't send.
And don't feel too bad about it. Like, when Miss doesn't read my comment, I cry for about an hour. So,
Yeah.
you know. Handle it better than me.
Real Madas, what did the rewrite improve upon the Agito versus Lucian fight for you? It got rid of, like, all of the stupid shit and just generally made the fight, like, more... It was just better written instead of just, oh, my formless is better than your formless, and just two guys slapping each other for 4 chapters.
Is it better?
Skin Intelligence said Chainsaw Man female cast is top tier. Maybe if Makima could stop killing them. Yeah, maybe if she could do that.
Yeah, I don't actually care for her too much, actually, when I was reading Chainsaw Man, but I didn't get far enough in the story to make a proper judgment.
Like, after a certain point, you always have a bad vibe about her. And that bad vibe is very justified.
You gotta wait. What I was saying is, you got a way better chance of like smashing everybody in Chainsaw Man, like every cast, like every female in Chainsaw Man than you do in like any other shonen.
Why? Because
That's what
they're
I was
way
saying.
more realistic.
Yeah, the one chick that was gonna smash Denji and puked in his mouth.
Oh yeah.
She was still gonna do it. She
I'm
was about
sorry.
it. All right, but
I'm sorry.
What do you expect?
Did one in his mouth? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear you.
What? Nothing.
Did you say she pooped in his mouth?
No, puked.
No.
No.
Vomited.
Oh shit.
That's
You
pretty real.
vomited.
That's pretty realistic. Anybody get vomited on before at a party, bro?
If someone is very, very drunk, there is a decent chance they will throw up on you.
Yeah,
Actually, that actually happened to a friend. He was making out on the couch with somebody, got her way too drunk. It was our other friend's fault for mixing the drinks. Got her way too drunk. They started making out. I turn around, 30 seconds later, she's on the ground just puking her guts out. And I was like, Mike, you're that bad a kisser. Jesus Christ, man.
But that happened to me. Like, I was out of my brain. We both were. And she just, like, puked all over my chest, bro. My shirt was off, too. So it was, like, it was disgusting.
Fuse in the Discord says, more and more I look at it, Fujimoto can only draw 3 women. He has presets and changes them a little. Yeah, but it's 3 good presets. 3 very good presets. And I appreciate the variations on them.
Yo, can someone explain to me what Vanica and Zenon's like human magics were before they got demon magic? What was theirs?
So it seems like Xenon's human magic was bone magic and Vanica's was blood magic.
Oh,
That's why the Dark Triad, it's literally like a human body triad. It's like body magic, bone magic, and blood magic.
Wait, so what's their demons? Because I thought Xenon's thing was demons or whatever, or like bones, just his demon power.
No, Xenon's demon magic is space magic.
Oh.
And Vanica's is curse magic.
I don't get it. I've only seen Dante's fight.
Bueller says, "What the fuck? I'm eating, man," and I agree. Poor bastard.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
But yeah, I've seen Dante's fight and Zenon's fight or whatever his name is when he like pooped on Yuna.
Yeah,
whatever.
he did.
Or
He
Yuno.
did beat the shit out of Yuno.
Yeah, I didn't see anything afterwards. I caught up to your reviews and I never saw like you talk about Zenon or Xeno or whatever.
Because we haven't seen him do much since I've started doing my reviews.
He's cooler. I think he's cooler than Dante, to be honest.
I think he's gonna have something going on. He's the stoic, quiet member of the Triad, so it's more likely than not that he's got something going on behind the scenes. You know, an Eisen thing going on.
Because
Though
Dante
that
does not
maybe
look like
fits
the
better
lead.
for what's his name for Morris.
Dante does not give me leader vibes at all. Sorry.
Yeah.
The way he acts, but like, he's cool and everything, but he doesn't seem like he's got a lot going on in the brain department. I mean,
For Dante, fuck no. Dante doesn't give a shit
he's
about
getting
most
beat
of
up
that
by
stuff.
Magna. Come on.
Let's see. Skin asked JJKOP versus Black Clover opening 13. Is opening 13 the last one? If so, I think Jujutsu Kaisen's openings were better. Daniel says Black Clover mid. This is a comment I haven't seen in months, ever since my first review. What about it is mid? I feel like a lot of people are substituting mid for trash or bad. Like, people say something's mid to say it's bad. No, you should just say it's pretty decent. You should just say it's like alright, but when you say it's mid, you're suggesting it's shit.
Like, technically a good fight is a mid-diff fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like every freaking King and Omega fight almost. Not really though.
You don't want like high diff fights are fun, but you don't want low diff fights all the time. That would make
I hate low diff fights. That's why I've had issues with a lot of the recent Kangen stuff. There's a lot of low diff fights.
Imagine Record of Ragnarok if it was a low diff fight. We wait months.
Months for my low diff fight.
I would I'd be so triggered.
What makes that story good is not only their adaptations and their poetic license with the characters, but the fact that the fights similarly seem to be even in weird ways.
And those people say that Zerofuku's gonna lose. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not convinced. It's too one-sided. It's too one-sided. I
Because-
don't buy it.
No,
It's
because
been
that
like-
happens a bit in the start
wait.
of some of the fights, is it's really one-sided.
Here's the thing though, Zirafuku's blade is growing in size the more he misses. Eventually,
It's gonna
I
get
don't
too
know.
big.
I don't know what Buddha's time prediction is gonna do if he or whatever if he can't like escape. That's why he put out the shield. Like how, but if that
He
like
couldn't escape.
how much can that shield protect him from a giant like axe?
I
It just
still
gets
think
bigger.
this is going to be. I think this is going to be the first tie, actually.
Me too. I don't think Zirafuku's gonna get. destroyed
People
by
say
Buddha.
this like every round since round 4. I think it's gonna be a tie. I've been seeing people say it.
Oh,
I never. Hey, I didn't say
I-
round 5 was going to be a tie.
I never thought Shiva was. I never thought that the last fight was gonna be a tie. I knew Jack the Ripper was gonna doo on Hercules because Hercules was being dumb. I'm like, oh yeah, Jack.
No, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Uh-oh,
We do
Dad,
not
you should
shit
be
on
careful.
Heracles.
You're in the chat
We do
with
not-
the Heracles stan.
We do not shit on Heracles. Listen, Heracles is the greatest character in the entire series, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he lost the battle to win the war. Jack is forever a changed man, the greatest serial killer of all time, who couldn't be affected in his human life or by anything that happened, is now misses Heracles. He misses him. His one possible friend ever. And he wants him back. He hates himself now for killing him. He's starting to regret. A serial killer with regret. Think about it. He
Yeah.
won. He lost the physical fight and won the mental war. It's a fantastic, and Heracles' whole thing was to fight for humanity. They're selfish, ignorant, greedy pieces of shit. I still love them, and I want to help them. I want to save them. That included Jack, and Heracles looked at Jack as his ultimate, like.
But
I
here's
need
the
to save him.
Here's the contradiction to that. The whole Ragnarok thing was if Hercules won, the humanity was gonna get like erased or something.
No,
Well, not
no.
if Heracles won. because
Heracles
you
was
still would
going
have
to
had
win.
the other rounds.
Right, but Heracles also, as a victor, was going to petition the gods to not. He was still going to vote against it. That was
Yeah.
his thing. He was going to fight. He was going to fight to win. But see, in Heracles' mind, it's a win-win. He fights. If he wins, he petitions the council. You know, Odin, Zeus, and everybody. Yeah, as one of the dudes who gave you your victory, by the way, I have a request. So he's still going to petition them. If he loses, it's a victory for humanity. Heracles joined the fight. He looked at that as a win-win. It's better than having another god. Let's say Hades went in there going guns blazing or something like that. It's better that he goes in there with, okay, if I win, I petition the gods. None of the other gods are going to do that. And if I lose, it's a victory for humanity. Heracles was the most self-sacrificing character I've ever seen.
I'm talking about I examined the fights and made my predictions, and I haven't been wrong, to be honest. I haven't been wrong. Like when Adam versus Zeus, I was like, Adam's just way too likable. I don't know. I just don't see him getting the W. He's dominating the crap out of Zeus, bro. I didn't. And with Hercules, he was going through all of he was playing in the palm of Jack's hand throughout the battle. But I see in the narrative way, I guess you could say he won.
No, the worst narrative, not the worst narrative, but it's not, so I hate to use the term worse, but narratively speaking, Shiva had to win. And the reason is because if he didn't, that would be 3-0 for humanity. 3-0 for the last 3 rounds. That would mean that automatically the next round, there's no way humanity was going to go 4-0 in this series. There's no way they're going to have 4 straight victories. Storytelling wise, that's not going to make any sense. It's not going to work. So Shiva had to win to break up that mold. So now here in the following round, it's anybody's game. Buddha could win or Zirafuku. Even forget the twist for a minute. Assume that Buddha didn't jump ship or whatever and it was a different round.
You said 3-0.
Well,
Yeah,
3-0 as
3-0
I
for
mean,
rounds 4 through, or rounds 3 through 5.
3 through, right? Like
Okay.
the gods won the first 2 rounds, but humanity made a comeback, and they haven't lost yet. At this point in the story, ever since Adam lost to Zeus, humanity has won.
True, but
So it's not possible. So if Shiva had lost, that would have been 3-0, and then they would have went into that. And prediction-wise, the gods had to win. There's no, because from a narrative perspective, you're not going to have them win 4, because then you have to have the gods. Like, predictability is a thing. They're not going to end this at game 8 or game 9. You know, it's not like the Stanley Cup playoffs, game 4 out of 7. They're not going to end it at 4-0. They're going to play all 7 games. Record of Ragnarok is going to go all 13 rounds. Many fans would be disappointed if we didn't get to see everybody on the list. So it has to go 13. But you're not going to have somebody go up 6 and then have somebody go up 7, you know, because then it's just boring, because we know, okay, well, if humans win the next round, no. If humans win the next round, no. If humans win that, no. It's always going to be the gods. So narratively speaking, Shiva had to win to make sure that we cannot predict. Zerafuku, like right now, Zerafuku or Buddha could win. I know everybody's in Buddha's favor, but technically speaking, it's still a 50-50 shot. If Shiva had lost, then it's clearly Zerafuku.
I think Zerafuku won the drip battle, though. I'm not gonna lie, he won the drip battle.
He's more dripped out.
He's more dripped out than Buddha. I feel like he is. You wanna...
Whoa, fuck. Okay, chat's moved a little. Let's find some good comments here. Daniel says, Record Ragnarok anime about to be all types of trash. Please, God, let me be wrong, but the CGI. Aren't they just doing CG for, like, the audience intro shit that doesn't matter?
And why do people hate CGI? When it's done right, it's fine.
Yeah.
They better, but they better not do it in the fights. That's why I don't like Baki fights, to be honest.
Well, they changed that
Netflix.
for the new season. They don't have the CG.
You know what's
Yeah.
hilarious? Nowadays, people complain about CGI, like your guys is, not to like separate myself as I know everything, but your guys' generation, like, I hate cell shaded. I'm talking original Dragon Ball Z Sailor Moon animation. I want hand drawn. Everybody bitching about CGI. I'm like, I hate cell shaded. I hate every anime that's come out, period. It's all cell shaded. I don't like it.
Wow.
Where's my hand drawn? You know, like I can appreciate it when it's done really, really well, but like Dragon Ball Super looks worse than Dragon Ball Z. That's just a fact. Hand drawn is better. So people complain about CGI when they have cell shaded is like, guys, I've had to deal with cell shaded for 10 years. Y'all are babies. Y'all bitching for something that it's going to be a part of anime from here on out. CGI has become a thing, and it's always going to be a part of big blockbuster hits.
I think
You know.
I think UFO Table does the best job at blending like 3D and 2D animation.
Actually,
Because they know what to use it for to, you know, get the best visuals out of it.
What's it called? Parasite did pretty good with their use of CGI.
Yeah. See, you can implement it well. I know bad CGI, but I've also seen bad animation too. I just don't like when people complain about CGI as though CGI is bad. Like, no, CGI is not bad.
CGI can be good. Like Dorohedoro
Like,
is
there's
just completely
some good
CGI
ones.
anime. It's very good.
I don't want CGI fight scenes.
Oh, hello,
though.
Koji, how
I
are you?
refuse. I refuse for CGI fight scenes.
Oh,
That's what
hello,
ruined
Koji.
Resurrection of F in the movie. Oh,
Are you here to
You
say
didn't like
something?
Resurrection of F?
I didn't like the CGI in it.
A lot of the time, CGI is a lot like clunkier,
Did you like the
more
Broly
stiff
movie?
than normal.
Yeah,
Well,
2D
like-
animation.
I don't even think the Broly. I liked the Broly movie until the CGI was put into the fight. I
Here's the deal.
It looked great.
I like Broly like until like then they start turning all 3D. Like if I can notice it, I don't want to notice it, to be honest. I like hand drawn. I like the fight. I like the fights to be like hand drawn, the choreography. So I don't like CGI.
Yeah.
It looks too clunky to me.
Well, listen.
Hear me
At
out
the
in
end of the
this
day, we're gonna have. It's like we're never really gonna go back to like Boo Saga animation. We're never gonna go back to like Disney hand drawn Lion King, that kind of animation. I wish we would, but nobody's gonna pay artists to do that anymore when they can do it on a computer. So, you know what I'm saying?
Have you seen Megalobox? It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's see more comments. How did the rewrite handle Lucian as a character? They made him into not a Naruto filler villain. Daniel says, has anyone read Vagabond? It's crazy someone was stupid enough to say Vagabond art is mid or mediocre. I haven't even read Vagabond, but I've seen the art for Vagabond, and anyone that thinks the art is not good is fucking smoking crack.
I like the art, but the plot is just not my type of pace. It's like slice of life type, but in like the olden days.
Yeah,
Japanese
isn't
days
Vagabond
and
like
stuff.
it's kind of like a philosophical thing, right?
Yeah,
It's the historical one, right? Musashi
Yeah, it's about
Miyamoto.
Miyamoto Musashi.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
The drawing is pretty good. Let's be honest.
Pretty good.
I like Berserk's drawing is pretty great. I like
That
the art
as
of
well. Let's look up some Vagabond art. Holy fuck, there's some even better than I thought.
You need to read it. It's
I will
good,
probably
the
read
art
it at some
style.
point. Yeah, let's. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna post some Vagabond art in the Discord server.
There you go.
Koji, you could say whatever
Daniel
you want
actually
about
said-
CGI. I don't give a shit.
He says that.
Yeah, I like it. What I was going to say, cause I didn't find a gap to say something, cause that didn't agree with what we're talking. Is that it depends on how you use the CGI, it will work. Like, it may depend. Like if you mix it with 2D or 3D, the way that you use it, it will be like you make it swift, but not too swift, but the movement is very good. It will depend on how it's used. I was just gonna state that.
what's it called? Elder Centipede and One Punch Man was pretty good CGI.
Yeah,
I
that
like
one wasn't bad.
Yeah, you can have good CGI. Like Daniel even here says in the chat, bad animation is easier to stomach than bad CGI, and I disagree because I've had to watch through 2 seasons of 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
Oh hell no! I refuse. to
So
watch that.
I'm just telling you right now, no, that is not the case. I have seen better animated things that I've drawn in a flip book and done with stick figures than I've seen. So I have not seen CGI that bad.
No, yeah,
really
like
have
bad
not.
animation. Oh fuck.
Poor Demon Slayer. Oh, no, not me. 7 Deadly Sins. That's a Demon
Or
Slayer.
no,
Oh.
it's, Demon Slayer
No,
has
it's not.
lucked
It's
out
not.
about as much
No,
as is
they-
physically possible.
Demon Slayer is great animation. I don't know. I meant CGI and Demon Slayer is pretty good too.
Yeah, because they know
Yeah.
they use it to add onto the 2D animation.
Yeah, they
That's
use
right.
it. They only been. I think
Ooh.
they've only been using it. They used it for the movie with the monsters, and then they used
Yeah,
it with the fire and stuff. Or the
Yeah,
breathing.
I
What-
actually saw where they used it for some of Akaza's attacks, and it looked really good. And also, do you know what I saw that I don't believe for a fucking second? Is that the fight from episode 19 is all 2D. I don't believe that for a fucking second. Because if so, that's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
That's amazing.
You know
I'm
the
gonna look
the
that
end
up.
of the Akaza fight where it's in ninth form and they're both slashing each other and there's the fire everywhere. That is apparently like each individual frame was individually drawn, and they did 24 frames a second for that. So they drew like
There are-
600 and something frames for that
Minute.
scene.
There are 3 debuff videos. I just looked up
I would-
episode 19 Demon Slayer all do. 3 animator videos like debuffing the whole 2D for episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
I figured at least for
There's
the
no-
environment
yeah.
there was
I would
CG
off
because that's what
myself.
UFO
Go ahead.
Table normally does is they make the environment CGI and then they make the characters 2D and then maybe do CG
Right.
for some other stuff.
Listen,
But like the
anime,
fire
like,
effects,
this-
that I believe that all being 2D.
Look at what Disney used to do back in the 30s and 40s. If you watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and then you watch Robin Hood, you have the actual exact same scenes and animations, just a new character drawn on top of the same animations because it was inexpensive to do it at the time. You'd have a dancing scene or whatever. At first you had a squirrel, banging a tambourine. Then in the next movie you had a pig doing the exact same motion. That's what they used to do to save on time and money. They'd they'd make a really good animation, but then they'd paste it over a similar, like with the line drawings. That's how animation used to be done. And it worked there, so why wouldn't it work in Demon Slayer? You would say, okay, instead of spending so much money and effort and time on the background, we'll have our CGI department work on background elements. We'll have the 2D guys do as much involvement with just focusing on the characters. They don't need to worry about the environment.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. The
I just
focus
remembered
would-
this fucking hilarious bit from the Invincible comic that I didn't get. It's about reusing panels for dramatic pause, and that just makes it easier because you can just reuse art instead of having to redraw panels.
Oh, the 90s cartoons were so good for it, and I loved it. I miss it. You know, that's what I miss, because back then, you could have... Oh, what are you saying, Koji?
He left.
Oh,
Oh.
Koji left.
Alright.
So, back then, like, the old Spider-Man, not the 60s cartoon, but the 90s cartoon, with, like, Aerosmith and shit,
I love that.
it was the best. But there were so many reuse shots. Like, a stupid amount almost every episode. But you know what? They were all really well animated. So the idea was, okay, instead of saying, hey, studio that gave us $1 million to do this, we need $2 million to make it look good. They went, okay, they only give us $1 million. What we're going to do is, we're going to spend the first $500,000 making an insanely good Spider-Man shots, because Spider-Man's going to be in every episode. So let's make a lot of really good animated shots of him talking in the mask, in him here and him there and him everywhere, using this, using that, web slinging, all that shit, and we're going to reuse the fuck out of them for 64 episodes. It worked. And hey, as us as kids, we didn't give a shit. I just rewatched that whole series like last month. It did not bother me, because I was not a single frame looked dumb. You know, Spider-Man's eyes weren't all wonky, they weren't too thin, his face didn't look weird in the background or anything. Everything looked fine. So I would rather they do that if they know that, alright, we're going to make 100 episodes of this series, we're going to reuse some talking panels. Fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'd rather that than you make a really terrible other talking panel. You know, I'd rather go, oh, that's Meliodas from, or that's Ichigo from episode 2 talking, but now it's in episode 137. Who gives a fuck?
Apparently a
Does it look
pigeon
good?
has managed to infiltrate Koji's house.
Oh,
A
really?
pigeon has gotten into his house.
Oh.
Who had?
Into Koji's
You-
house, a pigeon got in.
Koji, you need a cat. Cats are great for that shit.
Yeah, but my cats would love to murder a bird.
Oh, really?
Oh
My
fuck, I
cats
was just
do murder
reminded of
birds.
something and then forgot. Shit.
Mm.
Was
Yeah.
it something?
Oh, yeah, here's the thing, miss. They don't murder birds. They want to play with them.
Oh, yeah.
So they have killed them, then they bring them into the house, and then the bird's still fucking alive. And then it's awful.
I just remembered. I remembered in a Hunter x Hunter fight they reuse the same little animation bit for a thing, but it's like it's explicitly a thing about repeating the same movements. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Like, why would you reanimate that?
Yeah. And I'm good with that, or even like some animes. I remember like back before they did, basically animes of today are OVAs for the most part, and that's annoying. But back when they still made anime, as in different from the manga, they would reuse a lot of scenes that they would use for flashbacks rather than animating a new scene when they knew they didn't have the time or budget. They would have a character monologue over a flashback or something similar, or some stills with some sound effects or something. And it was so subtle because it didn't happen for very long. It was like 20 seconds here, 40 seconds there every couple of episodes. It didn't take away, and it didn't break the flow, and it didn't seem like they were doing that because they had no money, you know? And it worked. It was done with Digimon, it was done with Inuyasha, it was done with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Was another one. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, Digimon, they reused the talking and the whole transformation sequences a million times. Sailor Moon is literally reusing the same beautifully done, but transformation sequence the entire series.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like, but nobody cared, because that's what you're waiting for. Does anybody sit back and watch Power Rangers and not love watching the Megazord go together? Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-tooth tiger, Tyrannosaur. You know?
Yeah.
It's the same fucking scene every episode. Never heard a single kid complain.
Koji and Band are about to get into an anime fight in the chat. Koji, you realize that Band outranks you, right? You can't ban him. He's a senior mod. You can't ban him.
Oh, is Bond still 43?
Band, what's this guy on? Band, are you there? You haven't spoken.
Yeah, I'm here all right.
What do you feel about the situation with Koji?
Oh man, I'm about to low diff him so fucking bad.
No, we don't low diff. Low diff is boring. Mid diff him.
Mid diff.
No, you're right. I'm gonna make him feel like he has a chance, then fucking destroy him.
There we go. There we
So,
go.
Band, what is your technique? What is your special ability you'll use to defeat Koji?
Mind control, because it always works on him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
activated.
Koji tried to like. Well, what the fuck did Koji try doing to you the other day? Like he tried to interrogate you for something, and it just turned into you interrogating him.
He tried to make me feel bad for leaving, saying shit like it was a crime, and then all I said was, Koji, didn't you like ban 20 people? And I just said a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and they actually started believing me and started apologizing for it.
Wait, you fucking gaslit Koji?
Yeah!
Being a
Oh my God.
gaslighter is a very mean thing to do, Ben.
Now keep in mind, he started it. He said he wanted to come and attack me, so I had to defend myself.
So now I've
Okay,
said that
whoa,
in the
whoa.
comic there has to be a part where Koji and a bunch of other people try to team up on Band and he just beats the shit out of them.
Dude, I'm up for
Wait,
it.
I have a problem though. I have a problem. I was good with this beef. I enjoy all the beef that's going on in the chat. It's hilarious to me. But Koji said something that my culinary expertise is not going to
no.
forgive. He
Oh
grilled lettuce.
fuck!
Oh,
Oh
don't grill
god,
lettuce.
Koji!
You don't
You and
grill
this
lettuce.
lettuce.
Like,
Wait,
look,
didn't
you
he
want to
beat-
grill steaks, you want to grill chicken. I don't care if you grill raspberries. I don't give a shit. Lettuce is water. It's a watered down piece of hard grass at the end of the day. It's good, it's tasty, but you don't grill it. You
Nah,
grill
Koji did this
cabbage,
shit
you grill
yesterday.
Brussels sprouts. You can't grill iceberg lettuce. You can, but you're not doing anything to it. All you're doing is burning it. The freshness is gone. You're killing the nutrients. There's no bacteria on it once you wash it. Like, what are you doing grilling lettuce? It's so weird.
So,
Didn't Koji assault a potato yesterday?
oh my god, did Koji defile a fucking potato yesterday? So in the
What did
morning,
he do?
Koji sends us messages about how he's starving because there's no food in his house. He ate like a fucking tub of ice cream for breakfast with a very shaky, blurry photo from a weird angle. It's one of the it's one of the weirdest messages Koji has ever sent. Do we still have it in quotes here? I think we have it somewhere.
I'd love to hear it. And once again, I will say really quick that it's not that some cultures don't grill lettuce, but they grill lettuce for specific reasons, for very, very limited cuisines. And most people will grill anything because they're stupid. You can't grill everything, people.
This breakfast is so fucking good, and it's just an above angle shot of like this mostly eaten tub of chocolate ice cream, and it's so blurry, like he took it while he was in the middle of moving. So
Wait,
So he ate chocolate ice cream
for breakfast.
and for breakfast. Okay, first and foremost, oh my god. Okay. Technically, any meal that you eat at the first time from the time you wake up is considered breakfast. However, fuck that sentiment. Breakfast is before 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Before 10 a.m. Fuck what McDonald's is doing for all the fucking fatties and all the fucking vegans and all the fucking dope heads with breakfast
Oh,
all
yeah.
day. No, that's not a thing. If you have an Egg McMuffin at 5 p.m., that's supper, bitch. That's supper. Sorry. You ate supper. You didn't eat breakfast at 5 p.m.
You can
did.
if you try, Griever, according to Clover.
Where's the picture? Where's the picture of the ice cream at?
It's in quotes. It's from yesterday. I'll share it again in the
Can if you
VC
try.
chat in text to speech.
I mean, hey,
Look,
you can
shit.
grill anything. You know what I've grilled before? Let's see how. Let's take this to the next level. Anybody ever grilled snakes?
Ew.
Oh yeah,
Anybody ever
apparently
grilled,
you can grill lettuce
scorpions?
according to Gordon
I mean,
Ramsay.
have you ever grilled soap?
Tarantulas? No, my grandmother, who was born and raised in Africa,
Oh, my.
she cooked scorpions and tarantula. Guess what? I don't do it
Yeah.
because we both know my grandmother knew back then in the 1900s that was a bad idea. But guess what? That's what they do in Africa. Doesn't mean it's right. You can grill anything. I can grill a rock.
Well,
I'm
apparently,
fine with you right
according to
now.
Gordon Ramsay, there's a way to grill lettuce. But this is like a whole thing of lettuce, and he's putting stuff on it.
Right, exactly. Yes, you could grill lettuce potentially. Potentially you can grill lettuce and stuff, but you're not actually changing the flavor though. Lettuce has very little nutritional value. Remember, every single cooking technique you use, and I'm going to keep this very brief, but every cooking technique you use is meant to enhance flavor. It's a reason we smoke certain things and we baste certain things, we marinate certain things, we oven, we fry, we barbecue. There's a reason behind the technique. It's been perfected over thousands of years of human history and cooking. The reason you don't grill lettuce is not that you can't and not that it won't taste good, it's that you're not gaining anything. There's no different from grilling lettuce than throwing it in the oven. There's no and you're not doing anything to it. It's already crispy. Like good lettuce is already crispy. It already makes a great salad. Wash it down properly to get rid of the bacteria. It's already flavorful. Make lettuce tacos, make lettuce wraps, make a lettuce burger, do whatever you want. But you're not gaining anything by grilling it. You're not adding flavor. To add flavor, you'd have to over-season it. And now by over-seasoning it, you've made it unhealthy. Because you've had to add a numerous amount of salt or garlic powder or onion powder. Like, it just seems like a very stupid thing to do.
Yeah. Apparently, Band, you are being told by Clover to stop doing something, and then when Koji said Clover has my back, she said, no, I don't.
You know what I find funny?
What?
That Koji pirated the Cooking Mama game, but somehow is a worse cook now.
What? What?
The Cooking Mama game? What the fuck is that?
I know, he talked about it a while back.
So he pirated a game. There are multiple Cooking Mama games. I thought it was just one thing that may have been a scam.
Maybe.
Okay, so I just got distracted for a minute. So anyway, that's how Koji starts off the culinary day yesterday. And then at some point in the afternoon, he's like, oh, I finally have my ingredients to make food. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And he sends this fucking picture.
Okay.
This fucking picture
Okay.
of a potato.
Uh-huh.
Let me find
This
it.
sounds really bad. Am I gonna lose my shit?
It's fucking hilarious.
I had to shove some ingredients inside the potato. So, I have a feeling Griever's about... This is the worst potato I've ever seen.
Okay, are you gonna post it somewhere?
Yeah, I'm
so I can
posting it in
see
text
this?
to speech. Actually, let's get a little crazy. Let's get a little kooky. I'll open up the image in OBS.
Oh wow.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my, what is that?
What the fuck? How do I,
He tortured a potato.
Why did?
Now let's...
No, you know what happened? No, I can explain. I can explain what
Look at
happened
this
here.
fucking potato. Look at what the
I
fuck
will
he did to
explain.
this thing.
He tried to
Look at
I'm
this
gonna
shit.
explain.
He could inside of the potato.
So here's Koji's explanation that he gives is that, oh, I just had more ingredients, so I put lettuce and tomato inside of it. And I'm like, why? You could have just baked the potato with the
First
with
of
the
all,
goddamn
it's not a,
oh fuck, I'm
it's not a
forgetting
pork
it now.
tenderloin.
Butter that you put
It's
inside
not.
of it. You could have just baked it with the butter you put inside. You didn't have to put fucking lettuce and tomato inside the potato.
Okay. First and foremost, I'm going to say that notice that the people that that Koji posted about grilling lettuce from Gordon Ramsay, notice that it says kitchen nightmares
Oh
for a
shit,
reason.
now it's showing
Second-
OBS. Fuck.
I know, I've seen the show because I do watch the Food Network. I am part female. But the point is that I can explain away this. Koji is officially mojito, and he used idle transfiguration on a potato.
Oh no, are we about to start doing mental gymnastics to defend this?
That is,
Oh, is Koji
that-
trying to...
I
what's
have-
Koji doing? It's
the
a master...
reason I say this, Is that I can't explain it any other way. I've only seen something this grotesque since I've seen Idol Transfiguration of Junpei. So I haven't seen something to this degree, this level of torture, this. Oh my god.
Monstrosity.
So
It looked like
That's
such
like
a big
genuinely
potato.
disturbing to look at.
Yeah, I like that. Cooking
It is.
capital, Koji.
like I don't understand. Like in
also-
Koji's
Yeah, we
mind,
need-
apparently if
we
he
need a
added
Koji
lettuce and
cooking
tomato
class.
inside of it, it would make him more full when he ate it, and somehow make it taste better.
I have a problem here too, because not that you can't have dark skin around a baked potato, but by the way it looks
I don't even know
like
if
a
this is
baked potato.
baked yet. Because then he said after this he was making mashed potatoes, so I was like, why would the fuck wouldn't you just do that
Yeah.
first?
Because it looks partially undercooked, but also it doesn't look like, because you left the skin on, if you don't peel your potatoes, here's a rule of thumb. Guess what? They come out of the ground, people. You need to scrub that shit under your sink water properly. You need to scrub that bitch on all sides. I like potato skin. I almost never peel my potatoes because I like the skin, but you need to scrub it. You need to get the dirt and the bacteria off of it. They come out of the goddamn ground. Bugs and everything, and this does not look like a scrubbed potato to me. So not only is it looks unsanitary and undercooked, it's a monstrosity.
Dang.
Oh
Yeah.
man, Koji, I like you, Koji, but you I'm
Potatoes
never
good.
letting you near my kitchen.
You need to play more Cooking Mama, my guy.
Alright, and here's
Well,
the
somehow,
best thing.
wait a minute. I just said all that, and somehow Koji is saying here in the chat, Griever gets it.
He says
I do
Griever
not-
gets it
what
on the
did I
mojito
do?
from the kitchen. Okay, so Koji, you started off by saying that it was great, and then immediately after flipped to yeah, I'm terrible at cooking.
Damn,
Then
Cole.
you asked Clover for forgiveness, and she said no, and no 2 times. Some crimes cannot be forgiven.
Remember remember one key thing, that this is a guy who had a chocolate ice cream for breakfast. We can assume that his brain froze for the rest of the day
Oh,
because.
do you know how he topped this off? He topped this off as I was like, Koji, you don't have lettuce with potato. And then he said, then what do you do with what do you do with the lettuce and potato salad? And I'm like,
Oh no, what? There's no
He's
lettuce
not-
and potato
there's-
salad, is there?
What?
there's no
Listen,
lettuce and potato salad.
I can give you guys verbatim 3 different recipes for potato salad. Not a single one of them include lettuce.
Yeah, like fucking tuna salad doesn't even have lettuce in it. Salad doesn't need
Potato-
lettuce.
Yes. Salad doesn't entail
No.
that lettuce is an ingredient, right?
No, potato salad. I've had cold potato salad, which is very common for barbecues and potlucks and stuff. Then you can have something that I think is even better, hot potato salad, which is so good. Hot potato salad is much better. And then there's sweet potato salad, which I mean it's a little unorthodox, but it's more for the vegans. And then for people who don't like calories or starch or whatever the fuck they don't like. And but yeah, I have all 3 recipes, and not a single one. I've never heard of a potato salad that includes lettuce. I've never put potato and lettuce together.
Because I bet Koji has never seen a potato salad before and just assumed that there was lettuce in it because it's called a potato
It's
salad.
fucking green onion. It's green onion, mayonnaise, and potatoes.
Yeah.
That's basic, but that's what it is. Maybe egg if people like egg. You take a couple hard-boiled
Yeah,
eggs,
and
mix
same
it
with
in.
tuna salad.
Right, exactly. Hot potato salad is you heat up the mayonnaise sort of idea. You get it warm and stuff, and you take the potatoes out of the boiling pan hot, and then you serve them hot, and they're warm like a hot potato salad, and it's actually quite delicious if people like warm mayonnaise. I always do that on my subs and stuff.
Yeah.
The mayonnaise is a little warm and it tastes so much better. Yeah, Miracle Whip mayonnaise, whatever you like, but yeah. But what the fuck? Lettuce.
Yeah, what
I'm
the
trying
fuck,
to think
Koji?
of I'm trying to think of any single dish. My mother's got leaps and bounds ahead of me in this knowledge, but I'm trying to think of a single recipe that includes lettuce and potato in the same fucking in the same bowl or on the same on the same plate. You have a salad on the side, you have potato, you have steak, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm trying to think literally putting lettuce and potato together. I'm trying to rack my brain. I have 1,001 recipes up here, and I can't think of one.
Hey.
Trying.
Told you
Tacos
this
don't
time.
have potato?
This is kind of off topic, but does anyone like Toto's design in the
Huh?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying, dude. I'm
I don't-
sorry.
I don't-
You're
I don't-
muttering
I don't
a
like-
little.
I don't like Chozo. I don't like Chozo's design in the anime.
In the
Okay, I
anime,
didn't-
I don't
like
think
the
his
little-
anime design's as good as his manga design.
He looks like he has fucking illness or some shit.
It looks like he's dying of like cancer or something.
Well, we'll have to see more of him for next season.
That was funny.
But that
I
potato got
was
hit
looking,
with
I
black
was looking to
flies.
change the profile picture of Chozo because I like him, but I saw fucking anime thing where y'all talking about the potato, and I was like, he's so ugly in this.
I think that fucking potato is among the most cursed things to be posted in the food channel. I mean,
Dude, we
Holly
got hit
just
with
took the
fucking
cake
black
a little
flies.
earlier
Wait,
with that
no,
fucking
no.
thing.
No, at the very least-
I'm gonna show you some of my cooking. Hold on.
At least,
Oh,
at least
no.
the vegetables. At least it was all vegetables there. The Holly's, I'm gonna argue, is worse.
I need to
Holly
start
wanted to
banning
post the
people from
fucking-
this fucking channel.
Bro, Holly put freaking hot
Dude.
Cheetos in milk. That hurt
We're
my
gonna
soul.
post
she
another
would've posted-
atrocity here for you people
Yo,
to
she
look
would've-
at.
she posted
I
the
I
fucking
hope
Cheetos
to
on
God
day.
that this
Oh,
is
shit.
just a meme. That like she's just
Oh,
bullshitting.
no.
That she didn't
In
actually
Oreo.
fucking eat this. or
I
something.
need, like, do I need to go back in the kitchen right now and cook a full course meal and just post image after image just to cleanse this channel? Like, I'm
Wait, Ron.
scared now. Like, this poor
Man,
channel.
Post one of your close-up pics of that rice, man. Let's
Oh
see it.
sure, I got you. I still have some
You
saved.
see what I posted in Texas Peach?
Is that pizza
At
or
least it's
dessert?
like, it's
That's
just
seafood-
right.
that's-
Look,
That's
Nobody-
seafood lasagna right there.
A what?
Ban-
A
ban-
seafood lasagna. It's not
Oh,
showing
I mean,
this
that
image.
sounds-
What the fuck?
that sounds pretty good. It's got Parmesan cheese on it by the looks of it. It has some type of marinara
Oh, wait.
sauce or a
I'm an
spaghetti
idiot.
sauce of some regard.
Look at this
Cheese.
fucking
looks like
monstrosity.
mozzarella.
What
maybe
the
white
fuck
cheese.
is this? Not that, but what
What?
the fuck am I looking at?
What are you looking at?
The
My
Cheeto
lasagna.
thing.
Oh, my lasagna. I'm like, I thought it was pretty nice. I liked it. It was pretty good. Ooh, I had like a little cocktail to go with it. Loved it.
Okay.
Let me see
There's
this.
a couple
Oh
Let me
my
see this.
gosh, I went
A
back to
seafood
look at it, and
lasagna.
the
This is a
hot
foreign
Cheetos.
concept to me.
Yeah, it was delicious. It's crab meat. It's crab meat and shrimp. And some other
Shrimp.
shit.
I
I don't
can
remember.
tell the shrimp. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a slight problem with this, and that's the fact that seafood and cheese do not, especially shellfish, do not go together easily. They do not go together
Oh
well.
yeah, it usually doesn't. Like I'm like, this isn't. But it tasted great. Like it was
I'm
delicious.
sure it did, but
It just doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing, to be honest.
it's certainly not, and it goes against a couple of rules. Now, to be fair, it looks a little. Is there any pasta in it?
Yeah, it's in it. It's inside. Oh, are you talking about because it looks a little bit on the top? Inside
Yeah,
of it, it was like more. Let me see. I got a picture of me like. chopped
Like
it. I can
you've
chop
actually
piece
put
of
the
it.
lasagna, you put the noodles like underneath, and you just topped it with the shrimp and stuff, or
I put shrimp in. It was shrimp in all the layers of it and stuff.
okay, but this is just a top layer sort of idea.
Yeah, that's a layer. That's the top
Okay,
layer.
okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
gotta start
I mean-
banning people from the food channel. Like Holly's like, you can't ban me from the food channel. I made it. I'm like, yeah, but the shit you're posting in here, oh my god.
The fucking
I can take
Oh,
over as the Gordon Ramsay of the food channel.
Good idea.
no, I'll
Great
take
idea.
over.
Band, why do you always take close-up pictures of your rice? You're always just sending very close-up pictures of rice.
because
I want to show this chicken meal I made. I
amazing.
can't find it.
I mean, let's see. Deep.
Like you want us to
I mean,
see the
yeah, it's-
individual grains.
It's an
Well, yeah.
unorthodox method, but I can't say that Deep is doing a bad job at trying something new. You always gotta. The one rule of cooking is you always gotta like sort of think outside the box, and not every time is your dish gonna turn out well. I can't tell you. I'm not talking about overcooking something and burning something. I'm talking about trying new spices, trying new flavors, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't taste good.
No,
know,
we're not
so-
ending the channel, Koji. We're not gonna get rid of the food channel. I like looking at food.
If
Koji
this
isn't in here, is he?
Jack
No.
Soto asked, "Yo, where do you
Uh,
go to school, bro? You think I'm gonna fucking dox myself on here?"
yeah.
Oh,
If-
fuck. Who the fuck is
if
that?
this
Oh,
tasted good,
I'm waiting
I'm
for
gonna
someone
believe
to ask,
you.
"Yo, Misc, how are you? What are the numbers on the back of your credit card?"
Oh, there are
Hold
one.
on, let me find that one friggin'
Wait,
Dragon Ball
you're not
video.
supposed
Hold
to
on.
show. You're not supposed to show that. I paid for like to meet up with a
No,
OnlyFans
you're not
chick.
supposed to share your credit card information with other people.
Well, I
No
mean,
wonder
hey,
my
really?
bank account. No wonder my bank account is empty. That makes
If
a
you
lot of
guys wanna
sense.
Or
No,
your
I
your
won't
deb. I
dox
have a
you.
debit card, but like you don't fucking share that information with people.
Now, I'm
you
just
guys
gonna say right now because Koji said it. I forget, Misc, if you talked about it. He said the channel. It's not the people that should be banned. The channel should be banned.
Yeah, keep the
Why?
food channel.
Me, like Misc posts good shit. Peter posts good shit. I post good shit.
I
yeah.
post good stuff too.
We all
I
we all
like
post
turkey.
stuff. And like we do a small description and we go, hey, here's what I had tonight, or here's what I had for lunch. It was pretty good. Even if you post your combo at McDonald's, it's like, oh, well, I had chicken nuggets today. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. That's the point of the channel. Don't send us horrific things that are cursed that we never wanted to know somebody would actually do.
Right.
I feel like
Yeah,
the
that's
worst implication of some of the things in the food channel is that people eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst part. And look, and I gotta say, Deep, you're posting some pretty good shit. Like that looks pretty appetizing to me. I like the grilled asparagus.
Oh, nice. Send that in the food channel. We'll keep it in there.
You see my cocktail that I made? That shit was delicious.
Give
I
Goku
don't-
energy by
Oh yeah,
sending your credit
what's
card
in the
info.
cocktail? It looks like
I-
you got a Caesar rim there, or is it cinnamon rim?
Damn, that
It's
does
cinnamon.
look fucking good.
Cinnamon.
Rim. Cinnamon
Yeah,
rim.
I don't
Peach
know all the
slice.
details,
Hold
to
on,
be honest.
I just want to guess. Peach slice and tequila.
I think it's tequila, and I think that's an apple. I don't think that's peach slice.
Ah, damn it.
Code
Damn it.
band is Misc and Friends now a romance story as you respond to
then-
Sephiroth.
That I made
Oh,
some
yeah,
like
there's a
white
title.
chili and shit, but I didn't take a picture of it. I wasn't very pleased of it until like after it like settled. Then it was delicious.
Yeah,
But then
and
that
I
was
mean
good
sometimes. Remember, the idea is once again with food and cooking. Whenever you do something like that, like sometimes you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna make this thing," and you make it, and you're just like you're unimpressed. Sometimes you throw something together, and you're thinking, it's gonna be bullshit, and then it ends up being a really great dish.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, it tasted
You know.
delicious. Like that seafood lasagna tasted delicious. But I got cooked.
yeah, like
for it.
I can
They're
believe that.
like, what
I-
is that disgustingness? I'm like, bruh.
Yeah. And
One of the
sometimes
best things
things
they
are
cook.
not. One of the things is that certain things are not going to look appetizing, especially when you have one-dimensional colors. Like one mistake I find a lot of people make, especially when they post pasta, is it's always too brown and yellow. This is why you add red pepper, green pepper, asparagus, mushroom. You add some color to it. Add some parsley. Add something to make it look colorful, and then everybody eats with their eyes first, except blind people. But other than blind people, everybody eats with their eyes first. So if they look at it and they don't like the look of it, they're going to be hesitant on their flavor.
Who told you I
You
have
know.
eyes?
Oh,
That is
that's-
fair. We
I'm
never
sorry,
considered
that was a report from the FBI. You know, I wasn't supposed to divulge that. shit.
FBI? Who told you I know the FBI?
I'm
You
afraid.
didn't deny it.
Anyway.
Hold on. You didn't deny it.
I cannot confirm nor deny that information.
I'm gonna make this 30-minute meal called chicken
Oh
sausage
yeah.
peony with pink sauce.
Miss, you asked if it's gonna be a romance.
Oh,
Mhm.
like pasta.
What up, Brett?
You scared the heck out of me. Oh my
Who the
god.
fuck is that?
Wow.
Band, some people do not live by themselves.
I don't know. I thought that was someone in the chat.
Oh,
I thought someone you just joined.
Oh, what were you about to say, Band?
Oh yeah. Wait, what was I about to say?
Something about it being a romance story?
Oh yeah. Fish said he not fucking Fish. Seth said he wanted a said he wanted
I
a
was
romance
looking at the
comic.
ingredients of my food and my aunt
So I'm gonna
like,
turn
just
it into a romance
bursted through the
comic now.
door and scared the crap out of me.
Oh yeah.
She's
Welcome
like, hello.
back, Kanye.
I muted
I
myself.
mean, I already got most of the information from you and Clover, so that's already there. We have a base.
Hmm.
And then I'll
Good.
have some good stuff.
We're gonna
Like
go
I
on a
said,
cooking adventure.
It takes place in the apocalypse, and
Oh, fun.
there's soap and fish and hand sanitizer, all that good stuff.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Why
pretty
you need
fun.
hand sanitizer in the apocalypse?
Well, because you get dirty. There's no water.
What do you drink if there's no water?
You taking shots? Are you
Oh,
taking shots
Clover
of
said,
hand
"Oh
sanitizer?
God." in the chat.
I think we drink. I think we drink.
I'm
it before
thinking
we
the
start
same
painting
thing
with
as
it.
you there.
I mean,
I'm thinking we should just drink that hand sanitizer
in this,
before we
in this
clean ourselves.
apocalypse, the water has been like contaminated by like shark monsters, and like you can't drink it anymore. So you have to drink hand sanitizer, and it cleans your
Doo-doo.
inside.
Fear.
What happened-
Yeah, that is
What
the one
happened-
emotion being experienced right now is fear.
What happens if you drink the water with the shark monster?
If you drink the shark water, you will turn into a shark, and then you will be like against the resistance or some shit. And then, like,
Wait, so the
it'll be
sharks
just,
can
like,
go
dirty.
on land? They're land sharks?
That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Let me
they have
talk to the
legs.
shark.
Are they
That's
like
all I
the
love.
the shark things from that one Junji Ito story?
No, they're kind of
Oh.
like Beam, but with like long legs.
Oh,
yeah,
I
let me be a
see.
shark.
Wait,
be
so
a
like
shark.
Beam when he's in his human form or when he's in the shark form?
No. They're like Beam in the shark form, but they have legs added onto them.
Okay, well Beam in the shark form is like the shark monsters from that Junji Ito story.
Yeah, he is actually.
Also, we have worms, really Alaskan bullworms,
Oh, there's an Alaskan bullworm, I see.
Alaskan.
multiple.
I don't want.
worms.
I don't want to be a Alaskan bullworm.
And Neil still dies to the Oreo. And the
Okay,
cookie.
wait, now what do people drink if they can't drink the water?
They drink hand sanitizer.
Okay, you know, I remember I was in 6th grade when someone drank the hand sanitizer in the classroom.
I did
Oh,
that once too.
fuck.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
What does
Yeah.
it taste like?
What does
Have
it
you
taste
ever-
like?
I was an idiot kid. It kind of
What's the flavor?
it didn't burn, but it was like,
Gross.
you know that feeling that you get when you like have mint, like a mint flavored thing, and then you drink water and it's like feels super weird. It's like that
Oh.
turned up.
Really,
Interesting.
really cold. Really cold.
And then
Oh
it
my.
tasted like soap too. Yeah,
Yuck.
I didn't enjoy that one.
That sounds pretty appetizing. I'm not gonna lie. I might drink that.
Can you,
Hold
can
on.
you try to
Hold
like, can you try it right now to give us an updated taste?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, let me go get some hand sanitizer right quick.
Yo, have you guys ever huffed candle wax before?
I'll be back.
Have you ever huffed candle wax? Anybody? Anyone ever done that? Don't do that. It's not good for you.
I usually eat edible things, just saying.
Hey, what do you mean? That stuff is edible.
You know what scared me yesterday is I went to the hospital and I was on Dilaudid for 2 weeks and my friend told me that that's stronger than heroin. And I'm like, what?
Okay, where's this topic going?
I'm like,
When did we
I'm
get
like,
to
no way.
heroin?
I'm like, bro, if that's the case, heroin kind of sucks. If that's the case.
From hand sanitizer to heroin.
Oh,
Somebody would
that,
know.
what do you mean? That's a very easy transition. It's a short
Yeah,
jump.
Somebody
Yeah,
would
exactly. You drink the
find
hand
it.
sanitizer to get messed up, and you do heroin to get messed up. See
Oh,
my
well,
correlation?
actually, in my universe, hand sanitizer is like a healing mechanism.
So
Oh,
it's
what?
actually like a miracle substance.
So like milk in One Piece.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
Yes
is
and
the
no,
meat
except-
in this dish, Griever?
Except hand sanitizer kills you slowly.
Oh, and food and cooking Misc?
Yeah, what is this meat dish here?
That's a roast beef. I was
That
just trying to
looks
keep the channel alive.
good.
This is from a few weeks ago. It's got turnip there on the top left, and then there's half a Yorkshire that I was already eaten with gravy because you got to have the Yorkshire when you're British.
Yeah.
And then roasted potatoes, roasted onions, roasted carrots, and beans on top.
Fun.
Yes, a full course meal. Actually, I won't lie. This is my first post in here that was not cooked by me. This was cooked by my mother and my father.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I did that. I carved the roast and stuff because Dad was drinking, but you know. Yeah, this is where I learned how to cook. My food and their food will look very similar. So,
Look at that. I like how I like the pink in it. I love like a little bit of pink in my meat. You know,
I like a decent amount of pink in my meat.
Actually, I'm doing an episode. I don't know if some of you don't know this. I'm going to start a cooking series, and I've actually recorded the first episode, at least the cooking aspect of it. And one of the key things is to make a roast that is mostly gray all the way through, but it's still medium rare temperature. So you keep the tenderness, you keep the flavor, but it looks like it's still pink, but it's very little pink. There's not a lot of bleeding, any of that stuff. So it doesn't turn away the people who think they like well done and just don't like the red color.
I will eat the blood. I will drink the blood. But hold on.
Oh, me too. But there are so many people that you have to trick. It's sort of like, oh, I like my steak well done. Well, no, you don't. You just don't like the color red in your meat.
You're telling me I work at a restaurant and people I will like whenever I'm making Phillies, I will lather it in cheese. And if you don't put that cheese on top of the Philly, they will be like, "Where's my cheese, bruh?" You gotta work just like you gotta cook too, but you have to have like an aesthetic to it. You know what I mean? Like you said, they eat with your eyes. You gotta do all that. You gotta make sure it looks appetizing.
You have to make everything's like that. Everything's like that. You eat with your eyes first. It's one of the core things. Presentation matters. It really does. It's not as important as taste, but presentation will always matter. And some people who don't believe in like rarer meats, they will never, ever eat like something like I posted. And it's like, yeah, but you're missing out. So you have to trick them. How you trick them? Marinades.
You should see the stuff. You should see the stuff that I've eaten. It is very gross looking, but it tastes delicious.
Exactly. And some things, I won't lie. There's some things that I've tasted and I've gone nope. And there's certain foods that I just will not eat. But at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah, Clover, you like your steak medium well. Why is that again? You just don't like having a lot of pink in your food? I question this. I question this. I know you like it. I know some people are kind of squeamish about having a lot of pink when they eat meat. What do you not like about it?
Yeah, see, like
because
my mother-in-law,
when something
for example,
is rarer,
she wants her meat. She wants her meat gray.
Oh.
Now there are two tricks to making meat gray, but still maintaining a medium rare. Number one, you marinate it. You marinate the shit out of it. 24-hour marinade, not just like 4 hours or some shit. No. You stick that shit in the fridge for a day. You let it soak in the juices. It'll turn out like there'll still be a hint of pink, and I'll show that in the video that it's going to take a while to put together. But when you carve it, it's still not going to show red. It's going to show gray, and that's great because it won't turn people's stomachs. The other one, when you make a gravy for your roasts, you throw, after you're done serving the gravy, you make a separate pot, you put some gravy in it, you throw your slices of meat you're intending to serve the person who doesn't like red, throw them in the gravy first. Throw them in the gravy pot or the gravy pan, lather them up with the gravy, then serve it while the gravy's still hot. They won't see it. And then any of the blood oozing out from it won't appear that way because it's going to take on the color brown from the gravy. And there will be no red. Those are the two tricks you can do to make people eat steak and roasts at a proper temperature.
Clover says you don't eat it rare because it scares you. What, do you think you're gonna get salmonella or something?
Well, I mean, like, if you're gonna make the best gravy in the world, you're gonna buy the biggest piece of shit roast for $5 that you can, and you're gonna cook it for 4 hours. You're gonna cook the shit out of it, and it's gonna be tough and it's gonna be terrible. And then you throw that piece of meat basically away. Then, no, you can reuse it for stew and shit like that. But that's what you do. When you want to cook a full roast, you only cook it for the same amount of time, but you use the drippings as much as you can to make the gravy. And then when you throw everything in there, it ends up tricking people because they're eating with their eyes. They're looking at the red, they're looking at the blood, they're looking at the pink, and they don't want to eat it because they think they're eating it raw. They see red, they think raw, and you just need to change their mind on it.
Real Medell asks highlights of the rewrite. Probably the having the centipede tattoo along the spine instead of on the fucking tongue, so then you avoid that stupid fucking panel and actually have kind of like a cool back tattoo. Clover, do you mean putting gravy on meat like beef? Because I mean you put gravy on turkey, like.
Also Griever, those 2 meals I sent you was off of like an online website where I followed along with the teacher. Like it was like, this is how you make
really?
this. Yeah.
Koji, you like
Well, they
done
look very
steak?
good.
You have shit taste.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
Flavor.
yeah. And yes.
Oh, speaking of writing, it reminded me. Would you be interested in reading a fan fiction of mine?
Oh,
no.
fuck off! No,
No.
I mean,
no,
You
we're
want-
not doing that shit here.
What do you
okay,
think?
not on stream, Misc.
No, we're not
Miss
doing
said
that
no,
shit.
so it's
fine.
You
I
know,
haven't even
banned,
said anything
burn
yet.
that thing. Fucking burn it.
I haven't even.
What's
said
going on?
Burn
Come on
it.
now.
Get rid of it.
No,
Fucking delete
no,
it.
What's
You Dan created an atrocity. A fucking catastrophe.
I heard fan fiction. I don't need to know what it's about, bro.
It's
No.
fan fiction written by band. Alright?
The potatoes
Fucking
actually kind of.
amazing.
Hey, yo, look
Everyone-
at this. Look
everyone
at this
loved it.
potato.
Oh,
Look at this
yeah,
potato,
yeah,
bro.
I'm sure
No,
that
no,
was
we're
the
not-
words we used. That is a potato, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
You said you liked it
Um,
too.
You don't like
Hey, that's
gravy?
a good potato. Now,
Why don't you
are
like
going
gravy,
to-
Clover?
You need to. Yeah. The potato looks good. Potato looks very good.
I mean,
Don't
I
do
remember
it.
there was a
Don't
time when I was
hold
like a
on,
little
hold on.
kid. I was suspicious of gravy. I didn't trust it, but then I tried it and I was like, it was really good. So why do you not like
Wait,
gravy?
so-
Well, I assume it would
Yeah.
depend on what you make
wait,
it out of.
Clover doesn't like gravy.
I don't know how I'm gonna feed this person.
I don't know either.
I don't know
man.
how the fuck
either.
I'm supposed to feed
Listen,
you,
there's,
Clover.
hold on. There is a type of gravy. It's called giblets gravy, and that's the traditional gravy made for the last ever. And they stopped making that about 100 years ago. But a lot of people stay traditional. And giblet gravy, actually, my mother, who's a far better cook than me, she was actually supposed to be on Iron Chef Canada, or not Iron Chef Canada. What's the other one? Master Chef Canada. She was actually going to be a competitor, but she couldn't go because her legs and blah blah blah. But she got recommended by half the province, so that was pretty cool. She can't do giblets gravy because the color and the texture turns her off. Most of what all of us eat is not giblets gravy. We don't make it with giblets anymore. Nobody does. So maybe that's what Clover has experienced before.
Gravy doesn't
and
taste
I can
good to you?
understand.
Do you know what kind of gravy you've had? Because you can make gravy out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But like for example, when you get a turkey, let's use turkey because everybody's had a turkey dinner, right? Or
Yeah.
they should have. So when you get a turkey, it's already got the neck cut off and all the organs taken out and stuff. Giblets are literally the heart, the liver, the lung, like all that shit, the neck of the turkey. Some turkeys have that stuffed inside. You pull that out and then you cook it in a pan with butter and water. You cook it because now it's organ meat, but it's got that turkey flavor. And then what you do is you slowly make your gravy out of that over the course of hours. Like this shit goes on just like a turkey takes 4 hours in the oven. This shit takes 4 hours on the stove. And you slowly just let it cook down and cook down and cook down. Then you take those giblets out and you add all your other ingredients and you make your gravy. A lot of people don't like the flavor that the giblets give off. So some people don't like the gravy. It's too gamey. It's too, they call it different things, but nowadays we don't make gravies that way. Nobody makes gravy that way. I made my duck gravy that way just to try it, but in the end it didn't really do anything nay or yay for me, so I'm just gonna keep making gravy the way I do. But make it with cornstarch, water, and some beef broth. Like, it's not gonna be hard. I don't know why, like, you always put gravy on meat in a traditional English roast, a Sunday roast, so.
Clover, you're
I don't
not
know.
being judged, you're just being
Question.
questioned.
Yeah, we're intrigued. I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued
about
because
that.
I
Oh,
understand
you
you're
don't
quite a
like
picky
gravy?
eater, and I thought I was a picky eater for a while, so I'm
Yeah,
trying to
these are
figure
things
out
you
what
do
I'm
to
supposed to
make
make
cheese or
that you
some shit.
like.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand because many people can fuck gravy up. It's so easy to fuck gravy up. It's either flavorless and watery, or it's way too salty. It's so easy to screw up gravy. It's like hollandaise sauce. I've had so many people tell me that they don't like hollandaise sauce, and I'm like,
I'm not
"That's
judging you,
because
Clover. Other people may be, but I'm not.
I'm not judging. No, and hey, I got a wife, and I'm not simping. So, and I'm not judging Clover. Like if she if she legitimately doesn't see, here's the thing, guys. If
Gamer
somebody
Doggo says I'd beat
doesn't
you up in a
like the
boxing
food-
match. I'd believe that. I'm pretty scrawny. I imagine a lot of people could beat me up in a boxing match, so that's not saying very much. That's not saying much, gamer.
Boxing match.
Damn,
I
Gamer
can make
Doggo.
whatever. Are you gonna eat whatever?
I mean, yeah, but here's how at least
Miss.
I do my my relationship with my wife. She hasn't experienced a lot of European food because she's Latina from Guatemala.
Yeah.
So I cook her a full meal. I don't edit it. I don't take anything into account. I make food that I know is good. I serve it to her, and she tells me what she likes and dislikes about the meal. Some people would get mad about that. I don't, because now I'm learning her palate. All right, that was too spicy. She doesn't really care for Cajun spice now. Okay, we're not going to add too much Cajun to the rest of the things I'm going to serve her. Okay, I'm going to try making it a curry next week. Okay, she doesn't like the pork curry. She likes the chicken curry. Well, what do I do different? What spices? You need to adapt to different people's palate, sure, as long as you're not compromising people's palate with bad cooking, like well-done steak. That's blasphemy. But if you generally, you serve people the way you know how to cook, the way you know it's cooked properly, and if they don't like the dish, then they just don't like the dish. Try to figure out what they don't like about the dish, and maybe you can modify it. You know, you can bastardize it, you can change it, you can edit it. That's what cooking is. Cooking is a science. It's an experiment constantly, and you're constantly trying to make it better. So, I mean, my curry is a bastardized version of an African curry, which was bastardized by the British in the 1800s. That's how I make curry. Certainly not a traditional red Thai Indian curry, but it's very tasty to me, and it's tasty to everybody I cook it for. So, but that changed over multiple generations and multiple cultures, bringing us up to the dish that I make. So it's the same for everyone. If Clover, if you really don't like gravy, then you don't like gravy. It's okay. You don't have to like gravy.
True.
That's what I'm saying. And that's my motivational speech for the day.
Excellent. And, yeah, sure, Gamer, you can have a bro fist. So, with that motivational speech, I think that is where I will end today's stream. So, this was fun. This is the longest stream we've done so far, I think. 3 hours and 20 minutes. Not bad. Not fucking bad at all. So, thank you all for
Miss,
joining.
before you end it, those are rookie numbers. You gotta jack those numbers up.
Yeah, we gotta do. We'll do a long haul stream one of these days.
Okay.
Probably for a special occasion.
Oh shit. Is that reference to me? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, maybe when Dan's comic comes out, depending on how long it takes me to read 5 chapters.
I mean, it depends on how long it takes you to read 20
You
pages.
can do
I
an
guess.
extra in-depth review.
Well, each one's 20
yeah.
pages, right? So it's gonna be like
Yeah.
100 pages. I mean, I could probably read that in
Yeah.
a decent amount of time, but it'd be for a stream, so I would probably be pausing and stuff occasionally.
It took me 4 hours to read the shit comics. So.
Oh yeah,
And that was 50 pages.
Jesus. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with tomorrow's Kengan review, so I'll see you guys around. Take care.